Hello, and welcome back to the Pretty Little Podcast. We're your hosts.
My name is Phoebe.
And my name is Kidney Stone Caroline.
Yeah,
okay.
Caroline is now spelled with a K.
Okay, let's
officially.
No, it can't be because unfortunately there's that girl in the house.
Oh, there's that girl.
There's that girl in that house, and I don't want to draw those lines, but Kidney Stone's not spelled with a C, and it's a hard C.
Oh.
So that's actually just how we worked around that really quick. Yeah, okay, fine. We can address the elephant in the room. I got stones in me. I got stones plural in me. And so sorry about last week not having a second episode.
But guys, what I just want to say about us not doing that episode last week is I had the amazing feeling of Sunday afternoon when we decided to also push this recording of being like, okay, I guess I'll watch the episode now for this week. And then flipping to my notes and being like, oh my God.
I already did.
We didn't even do it last week.
I know. And guys, like we were fully prepped, and that should tell you.
We were
prepped
notes
to do the episode. We had time blocked to do the episode. And unfortunately, disaster struck on Tuesday night. And I'll just kind of walk you through it if you want. So heed my warning. And by the way, guys, I have no idea what caused these. I currently don't know.
I hear that, and I know you don't drink these, but I wonder if it could be connected. Twisted teas are known to give kidney stones, and I wonder if Celsius.
Well, I wonder if I just got some Celsius that were actually high noons. And I've been drinking those this whole time.
Something tells me that the 100 dozen didn't all make their way into Caroline's house and give her immediate kidney stones.
Who knows? Again, we don't know yet. Jury's out on that. Jury's out on everything. Like, we're looking for a cause. I, for lack of a better term, have yet to catch the stone. The stone is still in me as we record this episode. And I have to pee through a strainer. So I haven't gotten it yet. And when I do get it, I will take it to a doctor and we will test it and figure it out. But it can be.
Can they do that?
Anything.
They can just figure out what. Because it's like calcified liquid.
Yeah.
Right?
So it can be. I don't fucking know. It can be like a genetic thing. So right away when they heard Dad had them, they're like, well, that is probably why.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. Great. By the way, buckle up.
Oh, perfect.
Just buckle the hell up, okay?
When Connells turn 30, they immediately get 3 kidney stones.
Yeah, exactly. So they were like, it could be that. It can be severe dehydration, which, like, the amount of water that I drink, I just don't think it equals or certainly don't think
speaking of which, I'm going to go get my water, but I'm still listening.
Yeah, good thinking. You better drink up. I don't think the amount of water I drink on a daily basis, although I feel it is a lot, is enough to outweigh the amount of caffeine I'm having on a daily basis. And I'm embarrassed to even say it on here. I try not to go over 400 milligrams a day, which is the maximum recommended dose. And when I say recommended, I mean, they're like, if you have to. They're like, if you're, I don't know, an overnight nurse, if you are a firefighter, if you're doing a job that really demands it, you can have 400 milligrams. And I'm like, I can have 400 milligrams minimum, but I don't like to go over 600. And I'm mortified to say I usually stick to around 400, but I like don't
That's
count
better than me though. Better than
Coke or coffee.
Oh,
I only count like the Celsius. I'm like, okay, I can have 2 Celsius. That's 400 grams, and that's all the caffeine I've had today. But it's like, no, you also had a cup of coffee and probably 2 Diet Cokes.
I don't know if for me it's like I don't have enough. I intrinsically know I'm not having enough caffeine to have to count how much I'm having. Yeah. Or if you are aware of how much caffeine you're putting in your body and I am not.
Yeah, I think it's probably both. I mean, I do drink a lot of caffeine. And in the past few years, I've been like on my energy drink bag, and which like I feel like a teenage boy when I say that, but it is.
But at least you're not drinking like fucking like Monster Energy.
I know. I could be drinking.
There's this sign.
No offense.
There's this car wash in Mount Lebanon or like on Route 88 maybe that has a sign that kind of looks like the Monster Energy logo, and it's like this big neon green X. It's like extreme. And Ryan, every time he passes it, will send me, Dan, and Sarah a picture of it. And we were like, why does he keep sending this to us? And Mrs. Silverman told us that he thinks it's like a cult is like gonna get us. And
God.
he like sends it to us.
Okay, he's been watching like the moms on YouTube who made videos about how Monster is actually like 666 or whatever.
He's like, heed my warning, you guys. Do not go to this.
My
He doesn't
God.
say that, but in his brain,
But
he's
he might as
probably
well.
saying
But he might
Yeah.
as well. Wow. Yeah, like I'm not, and to be like, I'm aware of it. I don't drink that many milligrams of caffeine every single day, but I think that could definitely be a contributing factor. And I'll be so for real right now. Like I had a moment, it was probably like a month ago, where like I had to have kind of a moment with myself where I looked in the mirror and I was like, Caroline, what you're doing and the way you're living is not sustainable. And at some point, something's going to give. And like, that can be your health, or that can be your mental health, or that can be,
Guys,
you know, like it's going to be something. What is so funny? I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes.
No. I thought it was partially a joke, but
No, I'm
I
serious.
swiped up on your story when you announced to the world that you had your kidney stones.
Yeah.
And I was like, I do think that Caroline's cells and nervous system have been like plotting for weeks.
No,
being
for
like,
real.
how can we get this girl to stop?
And I think they were like, if she goes on this bachelorette trip, it's game over.
done.
Like, yeah, like
game
so.
over.
So unfortunately, unless she comes to her freaking senses before then, like I don't know. I had a friend of the pod, Lila, text me, and she was like, "Honestly, I know you're sitting there thinking about all the things that you're not doing,
No,
but
literally.
like this is crate time. This has now been mandated crate time, and so you just need to take it." And so Tuesday night, I was dog sitting and everything was like fine. Like I felt fine.
Oh my god, so you weren't even with Anthony.
No, I wasn't with Anthony. Well, I was. Okay. So here's how it went. I was with Kelly and I was dog sitting and I was like, oh, my stomach's like really hurting. Like, I don't know. I just have a bad stomach ache and went to the bathroom. No luck. So then I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to go home now. So we're outside and like, again, I was like, oh my God, like my stomach, like, you know, that feeling where you're just like, oh my God, my stomach hurts so bad. Like I just am going to like, I need to like bend over or something. And then I was like, it's in my lower back too. Like it's really hurts. But I was like, okay, whatever. And I get in the car and I start driving home and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up right now. And like, I'm going to throw up while I'm driving down Washington Road. And this is like this 4-lane road is the worst place for this to happen to me. I'm not going to be able to
history
see.
on that road.
Literally, it's like the only place I've been pulled over. Just kidding. But it
Caroline's
is
been
the
pulled
first
over.
place I've been pulled over.
I got in a car crash.
So I'm like, not here, not now. I was like, oh my God, is it better to turn down a side street? But then I don't know the streets as well. Like, no. I was like, I have to drive knowing that like I might be completely blind. Like I might be like looking through a windshield that just has vomit and the windshield wipers aren't on the inside.
It's like in Mario Kart when
you get inked.
you get inked.
Exactly. So then I like unroll the window and I'm like, okay, well, do I think that if this urge hits me, I can just turn my head and like projectile vomit out the driver's side window? Or will that get me pulled over? Then people will think that I'm like actually fucked up. Like the
Kelly's
truth is,
like driving behind you.
I just think I have food poisoning. Like
Kelly's
I don't know.
driving behind you, and
her windows open. It just like flies right inside, hits her. So I had just retweeted this tweet that was like, the moments after you like accept that you're going to throw up have to be the worst moments in history, you know? So that was like, I kept playing that in my head. I was like, oh no, like, no, Caroline, please don't throw up. And then it was like inevitable. My mouth is filling up with saliva. I'm like, okay, there's no chance I'm not going to. Like, I'm going to throw up. And I was like, it must be something I ate, but I hadn't even eaten dinner. So I was like, there's no like food that I just ate that would do this to me. So I was just praying I made it home. I make it home, I like run upstairs, run to the bathroom, immediately throw up. And I'm like, okay, well, at least now I'll feel better. And then I'm like, oh my fucking God, it's like worse. Like I am in so much fucking pain. At this point, I am dripping in sweat. I had a fever. I rip off all of my clothes. I'm like laying on the bathroom floor and I'm like, I don't know if I need to be like sitting on the toilet or like hugging the toilet. Honestly, like I don't know what's going on. I turn the shower on cold. I like lay down in the tub and I'm like, I keep leaning over the tub for the bathroom, making myself throw up at this point because I'm like, obviously whatever is making me sick is still in me. So I need to like get it out. By the way, sorry, trigger warning for throwing up. I know this is like a really sensitive topic for some people. So sorry. But there was nothing in. I hadn't eaten, so I didn't have anything, and I was like, something is wrong with me. So for 2 hours, I was just like laying on the bathroom floor, like, what is going on? I'm sick. And then I was like, is this bad enough to warrant a Google search? Like, there's that moment where you're like, whatever I find on the other side of the search is not going to make me feel better, and that's for sure.
You're going to diagnose yourself with cancer.
Yeah, so like
sure.
if I do this, I need to know that like it's bad. So I Google it, and it's like kidney stone. I was like severe pain in my lower left abdomen and my lower back. And it was like kidney stone was the first thing. And I was worried it was appendicitis, but that's on your right. So good to know, everybody. But then I like laid in bed for an hour, and I was like, I'm trying to drink water. Anything I drank immediately threw up. I was just like, I don't know what to do. So
it's so interesting that makes you throw up.
I know. Well, it was just anything in me. Like it was immediate.
No, not just you. I just mean like it's interesting. Because kidney stones, like I just don't think about it.
Well, it's from the pain.
Your body in that way.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that, but like we were doing research on it. You're so in so much pain that it makes you really nauseous and you throw up. So crazy. And so then I'm like, it's now been 3 hours, and I was like, all right. I kept saying like, if you're still hurting in 30 minutes, like if you can't fall asleep, if whatever, you need to like go to the hospital. And if I'm going to the fucking hospital, like I can't even explain. And I kept being like, are you being dramatic? Like, is this just a stomach ache? Like you have stomach issues. Is this just that? But I mean, I'm not kidding you guys. It was like the most excruciating pain I've ever been in. Like in the car.
You know what they say.
It's
worse than
childbirth. Yeah, and so take that, moms. Just kidding. I didn't say that. A doctor said that.
Guys,
so that's our father.
I can never remember if I have made this into our family lore or if this is a storyline from Full House. But wasn't mom pregnant with Lily?
Yes, this is a real life. But you. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell the story. Okay, so I can't believe you're like, is this an episode of Full House from my life?
No, because I'm pretty sure I remember that
you weren't even born.
Uncle Jesse gets kidney stones while Aunt Becky is having twins.
Dad, are you just in your
like
John
he's in the
Stamos
hospital?
era?
Because I remember him being like wheeled around while Aunt Becky's like giving birth.
Well, that's essentially what happened with our parents when you were being born. So it was like the week of your birth, and mom is like about
December 18th.
pop.
It was a Monday.
Yeah, so it was also cold out, which is worse. Anyway, so it's that week. Mom says she walked into the house, finds dad in the fetal position on the living room floor. Which, like, what? I would be like, hey, dad's been shot. Like, what?
Something none of us could ever picture.
I can't even picture it. So he is like in the fetal position, crying like he's in so much pain. Yeah, Phoebe's more shocked by the crying than the fetal position. Last episode we talked about how he cries every time he watches The Notebook, but that's okay.
Nobody doesn't cry about like himself.
From like pain. I know. I mean, I'm telling you, like, and it's got to be way worse for men. I'll just say that this is the one thing I'll give you. It's got it because you do have to pee it out, so it does have to be worse for men. But
yuck.
But dad's like on the floor, and they take him to the hospital or wherever they took him, and he got diagnosed with a kidney stone. So they do like a CT scan, and that's how they find them. And she was like, you have a kidney stone. And this woman like looks at mom, who is about to pop, looks at dad, and she goes, it's a pain that's worse than childbirth. And mom is like, do not say that to him this week. How dare you? Like, oh my fucking God. Like, and you know, dad, like the pleasure dad
oh
was
my
like,
God.
Like, this is worse than what you're going to go. Don't you be complaining about childbirth later this week. So the whole family then was in town because you were being born. And dad, like, I mean, mom says, because I was like, why the fuck isn't the stone out of me yet? And she was like, well, I mean, remember with dad, he got the stone when I was pregnant with Phoebe, and he had it once Phoebe was out in the world and home from the hospital. So it can take like weeks to come out of you. It's not going to take me weeks
what do they
because
do
I have well, I'll tell you.
Meantime.
Well, so I was like, literally, I was like, I'm going to have to like get back to my life. Like I can't just be like crawling around on painkillers. Like I have to like be able to do stuff. And mom was like, I mean, yeah, like, I mean, dad was at a restaurant. We were all at a restaurant. I was sitting next to, was it Bravo? I was sitting next to G Daddy, and dad goes to the bathroom and comes back, and he's like arms up. He fucking passed the kidney stone in the bathroom. And at the time, the song "Who Let the Dogs Out" by the Bahamen was really popular, and so a 6-year-old Caroline said, "Who let the kidney stone out? Who?" at the table, and G Daddy spit his drink out and like couldn't contain his laughter at the table, and so then like "Who let the kidney stone out" was like this hilarious joke, not as funny now, but. Yeah, so he was at a restaurant, so I mean, I don't know. Tomorrow I have to go back to work and everything, but so yeah, I had Anthony take me to the hospital, which like thank God we live maybe 5 minutes away. So I kept telling myself like you can be at the hospital in 30 seconds, so like you don't, wait until you know for sure. And we got there.
Did you run into our favorite nurse at that hospital?
No, but I did have a great team, loved them. But I walk in, I'm like crawling to the front. And this guy, by the way, brought my work computer. If that's any indication. 12:30 a.m. and I was off work the next day.
If that's any indication of who Caroline is.
Well, because literally, Phoebe, I was supposed to take PTO Wednesday through today because I was going on this bachelorette trip, and so I had PTO scheduled, and I was like trying to get everything done before I left on Tuesday, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to work a little bit more tonight or tomorrow because I didn't finish everything I need to fucking do. So I literally was like, if I'm going to be in the hospital and I need to bring my computer, I have shit I have to do before I leave. But I walk up to the guy at the front desk and he's like, have you ever had a kidney stone? I was like, no. And he's like, And then I like walk in. I can't sit down. I'm like, like walking back and forth. They kept saying it was like someone was giving labor. And the one woman, I was stressing out in the car. I was like, oh, they're going to say rate your pain on 1 to 10. And I don't want to be dramatic and say 10, but like, this kind of feels like a 10. Like, I'm like saying this all to myself. And then the woman goes, I'm not even going to ask your level your pain is. It looks like it's an 11. And I was like, thank God, dodge the question everybody hates at the hospital. But I also couldn't pee at all. Like it took me 5 hours to get a urine sample and they wouldn't give me painkillers or give me the CT scan until it happened. And it was like just fucking horrible. But every single person was like, ever had a kidney stone? Like 3 people before I got the thing. So it was like obvious. And I have 3, 2 of them are still in my kidneys, which is fine because if they're there, they're considered like dormant and they can't hurt you. But it's when they start to move that like the pain starts.
So does that mean that like you could have 2 more of these experiences? Anytime. So some people when they're like really big, they'll have to get them pulverized and they use like a laser and like shit and like they actually like destroy it inside your body. And then like we have a friend who last week had to get one surgically removed. Yes.
Yeah. So like if it's really big, you literally have to get it surgically removed.
Someone in one of my circles also just got a kidney stone surgery.
It's very popular, I think, because I have 2 friends I know
it's really
that like,
in
get
vogue.
them. It's really hot, and don't
Caroline
copy
just felt
me.
left out.
Don't start copying me with this.
Caroline heard that I hand delivered a bottle of wine to one of our neighbors with a beautiful little note, and she was pissed.
I was right. However, that makes sense. I was like, oh, is that why you did?
Yes.
I thought it was something else.
No, it was for her surgery.
Okay, yeah.
And Caroline was jealous.
I was jealous. Yeah, I was really jealous. I was like, I want the princess treatment. But yeah, it was anyway, I was in the hospital all night, got home, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm flying out tomorrow at 6 a.m. for this bachelorette, and I'm not changing my plans. So I just started peeing as much as I could. Bad news, nothing happened. So then I was like, okay, I'll move it one day. Paid $100 to move the flight one day. Guess what? Had to cancel that. Didn't get to fucking go to the bachelorette.
I know. I felt so sad for you.
I was like so sad. I was devastated. I was crying on the phone with mom. And I was like, I mean, I could probably still go. Like I just can't, like I can't drink and I can't I just need to be by a toilet. Like I just need, and dad goes, Goo, you're going to bring the whole thing down. You're going to bring the whole vibe down. And I was like, okay, can't argue with that. No, you're going to bring the whole vibe down.
Dad's like, remember that Bravo meal? I brought the whole vibe down.
He's like, well, I passed mine like a champ. So he didn't say that. He was like, she can't be sitting on an airplane. It's funny because dad has gone through this and understands. So he's literally like, no. Like, she can't be sitting on an airplane.
Well, now you should just, if you can, you should come to Charleston.
No, I really shouldn't. I decided that August is my month of sloth.
Sloth, for sure.
It's slowness and growth. Yeah, because I decided I'm not going to be saying yes to everything this month because I won't have a choice. I've already said yes to a million things starting in September. So this is my last chance, and I'm just going to like try to take it as easy as my schedule will allow me. I'm not going to take on any new things. I'm just gonna like do what I need to do and hopefully try to like make some changes to my caffeine intake, my sleeping schedule, get in with this doctor. Whatever they tell me, I do think it was like, they could be like, it's completely genetics. I mean, it can be a zillion things, but I do feel like
It's also like pretty common.
Yeah, it's pretty common. I mean, Kayla on Love Island has them. She actually was just in the hospital for them. And then on Beyond the Villa, she goes, yeah, so fuck kidney stones. Last night I watched
saw you
it.
post
I was
that.
like,
I saw you post that.
I saw that. I was like, okay, I guess I need to get back into Beyond the Villa. But so yeah, so that's been my week. Good. Just so you guys do know, right before I got the kidney stone, I put on the fake toenails. So I did have them on in the hospital.
Oh, perfect.
I will say that on one of my feet, when I was hugging the toilet vomiting, some of them came off. So, and so that it was
the
like
pressure in Caroline's body was so intense that her
just
toenails
shot them
popped
right
off.
off. But what I do need to say, these are an amazing hack, you guys. This is not sponsored, but it should be. Glamnetic fake toenails. Okay, I didn't know. First of all, easy to put on. Second of all, they're still on my one foot perfectly. My one foot is like five toes down perfect, even after the week I've had.
Wow.
They look really good and like natural. I don't know if you commented, but I sent Mom a picture. She told me they look natural.
I think they looked good when I saw them.
I don't love the design I got, but options were limited because I wanted like next day shipping because it was supposed to be gone. Yeah, but anyway, so that was my weekend. To make myself feel better, I bought myself some gifts. And one of them was a new keyboard for my computer that is what we would call like a creamy keyboard in the ASMR world.
You post right.
It feels
amazing. In the community.
I love it. I love it. It's like Leo something. I don't know. Well, what did you think? Have you seen those vids?
Yeah, I do like those videos. People have so many of them. You know?
I'm not like that. One is good for me, but it really
I have
feels amazing.
I like my keyboard fine, but I like the way yours looked.
Yeah, mine looks cool and it lights up however you want it because I guess it's like a gamer keyboard.
Yeah, I think that those keyboards are typically popular in the gaming.
Whatever,
community.
they sound amazing.
Caroline's a gamer.
I mean, I am. I have been playing Mario Kart.
Wait, Caroline,
all
we just cracked
freaking
it.
weekend.
That's why you couldn't be on Big Brother this season.
Because I had a kidney stone in my future.
No, because Morgan's a gamer.
Because there's already a gamer. For a gamer, I expect her to be better at this game. But we'll talk about that later. But I do just want to say, you guys, someone was looking out for me. Because can you imagine if I was in that Big Brother house and disaster struck like this?
Imagine
you just watch me go down and try to fucking hide it.
I think that Amber will be our co-host while you're in the house.
Perfect. Well, you know, and she'll be tuned in.
We'll just have to talk gameplay.
She'll also have
like, imagine us the moment we realize something's off with you.
No,
and we're like, we're through the
feeds.
Like,
do you guys know you have 30 minutes?
We're trying to figure out like what exactly is wrong with you because you don't want anybody to know.
No, is this mental or physical? Either. Could be either.
I guess.
I know. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, imagine me crawling to the stall bathroom, like having this, but trying to be like, I'm just acting. It's just funny.
Better hope it's HOH.
I want you guys to underestimate me.
I would like fully as interested. The quad view would be so perfect because we'd be able to. I'd love to be able to see you doing
from
that
every angle dealing with this. Thank you.
No, but then the other angle would be the people talking about like trying to figure out
what's going on with you. Why is she doing this? Okay, this now. Okay, this now.
She's been
last
doing
week
she was an emotional
terrorist
terrorist
in the middle of the night last week. It was horrifying. And now this. It's like, okay, we get it. You've got issues.
They all throw the HOH competition the week after.
Let's just give it to her. Oh my god. Anyway. So that's me.
Sick.
What a crazy week it's been. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. This podcast. This is the most I've spoken.
It's off to a pretty good start.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I said we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Also, it keeps on going. Anyway, your turn. What's been going on with you?
I got an oil change yesterday.
Right. How'd that go?
My own.
Typically, pretty easy thing to do.
Yeah, but I just here's what I hate. I think that there is some I just think car maintenance is a little, not all of it, but I think some of it is a bit of a myth. I think we're being a little bit dramatic.
Phoebe, this isn't, by the way, I love you so much. This is not a new idea. I mean, speak on it, but But like, yeah, we all are with you on this, is what I mean.
I just like
Of course.
I just got the car inspected.
Okay.
And I opted to wait on the oil change because I was like, no, mom and dad, I can pay for it. It doesn't need one yet. I'll just wait. It was more expensive than I initially thought it was gonna be.
How much was the oil change?
Well, I had a coupon. It ended up being like $110.
Oh wait, that's like way more expensive than I would think it is.
Well, we have really high mileage on the car.
Oh, okay.
And that was the cheapest option for the mileage on our car.
Whoa. Okay.
Anyway, I went to a Take 5. I was like, surely this isn't gonna be under $100.
Interesting.
Anyway, is what it is. And I wanted to be an adult about it and get the oil change myself.
Okay.
And the guy like he's like, this is what your air filter looks like. Probably gonna need a new one next time. Do you want to like? Do you
see you next time?
Yeah. Do you want to test your windshield wipers? We can replace those. No,
Just got the car inspected. I'm good.
And then he shows me the coolant, and I said that after the
where they got you.
After the coolant thing, I was like, this car was just in the shop. Like if the wheels were gonna fall off, I would know. But he like showed me like the thing. He was like, typically like we want to see it look like this. It looks like this. It's mostly water or whatever.
He was scamming your ass.
That's what I thought, and
he saw you, and he was like, first, she's like, I'm gonna buy my.
Well, no, you know what it was. You probably tipped him off.
The pep talk you gave yourself outside before you walked in.
No, but there's also the Take 5 where you stay in the car the whole time.
Okay, well that's why you picked it. Okay, got it.
But also, I think probably what tipped him off was that when I pulled up, he said, "Can you pop the hood?" And I froze in fear.
You didn't know how.
I was like, man, I wish I could do that for you.
I'm in the car. Can you? He's
well,
like,
no, you have to pop it in the front.
I know. There's a button. I was
so
like,
anyway,
you could have like
that's probably
stalled
he was
that
like,
way.
he was like, oh, I'm gonna get $125 more out of this girl with the coolant. And then I went to Mimi's house, and she was like, you can just do that yourself. And I was like, you can. And she was like, yeah. And if Mimi can do it,
you probably won't. Well, you could. Anthony would love to do it for you, I'm sure.
But anyway,
one time I got my oil change, and they were like, you need to change the coolant. I was like, what the fuck is that? What is coolant? I was like, oh my God, the car's gonna explode. What does that mean? Like, it's probably like a winter in Pittsburgh. They're like, your coolant. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, well, I guess do it. Whatever it takes, however much it costs. There's price is no option.
No, you told me the price tag, and I was like,
no, you can do it yourself. And there are a lot of things you can do yourself.
That's what I hear. There's this TikToker who's pretty good at explaining how to do stuff. But it is just like,
oh God, Phoebe's new personality incoming.
No.
You're going to be the next Sydney Sweeney.
Hey, don't worry.
Sorry to drop her name. First and last time on this episode.
we get sniped.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, well, I'm proud of you for doing it.
Thank you. So I did that. What else did I do this weekend?
You put well, I think we need to talk about Younger and how Mama's found her comfort show, because here's the deal, guys. You're all watching it now. We're all watching Younger, and we're probably gonna have to do it on the Patreon.
We're gonna get it renewed.
We're getting campaigning in 2025 to get canceled. Younger featuring Sutton Foster and Hilary Duff, which what a pairing. What a dynamic duo. We're gonna get it back on the air. Back on cable television.
I was on the phone with my mom today, and she goes, did I tell you about that line from the show I'm watching? Did I tell you about the show I'm watching? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, Younger. I was like,
she's like, and have you started and finished it yet?
And she goes, Fee, this is just like, this is my, I have never had a comfort show before until now.
I'm like, what is Survivor then?
Yeah.
And what is Bravo? What is the entire Bravo network?
The idea of like, I mean, I don't know how many seasons of the show there are. It couldn't be that long.
She's going to have to rewatch it. It's going to be the first show she rewatches.
Yes. Just the idea that there's this dormant ABC Family original series that nobody talks about. Her finding it on Netflix, watching an episode, and becoming immediately attached to Sutton Foster and Hilary Duff.
And don't you just need to know how she found it? Do you know? Yeah. Like, I want to know what she's scrolling, what caught her eye about it.
Yeah, actually, I need to look on Netflix and see like what the cover looks like.
And I bet there are a few covers. So I'm like, which starlet was on the cover that made Mom click? In my mind, I'm like, it wasn't Hilary Duff.
But I'm also like, Mom gives she wouldn't like Sutton Foster.
And Mom gives she wouldn't. Sorry,
because Mom doesn't like cheaters.
Well, Mom, if you're listening, stop now, because I don't want her to learn this. I don't think she knows that. She may not
Oh.
even know that's the Sutton Foster.
We've talked about it before.
I know, but
So
I
you want to
don't
be a
know
bunhead.
I know, but Mom's not watching Bunheads. I don't know that she's put it together that is
Which
Sutton
someone-
Foster. Her comfort show, her comfort character is also a cheater. Oh
Someone
God, who's gonna break it to her?
Someone did ask us to do bunheads.
I know. We might have to do younger first.
Guys,
But
here
that
are
should
the next
kind
4
of-
shows on the docket. Actually, this takes us
Oh.
to the end of the year.
Okay. I didn't know
Younger-
Phoebe had it all planned out.
Younger bunheads overcompensating adults.
Okay, I do want to do those 4, but I do think we should do Degrassi.
Okay. We need to do adults because Mimi has been begging us.
Okay, well, is
No, we
Mimi
don't
on
have to do
the
it this
Patreon?
month. Mimi just wants us to be able to talk about it.
Sorry, Mimi, you're gonna hate this. I don't really like that show.
But how many episodes do you watch? I watched the last episode and I was laughing.
It took you till the last episode to
No,
laugh?
I didn't watch. I watched the
Oh.
first episode and I laughed, but then she was like, I just need you to see how it ends.
Mm.
Because the
I
ending
watched-
is kind of crazy.
I watched like the first 3, and I just was like, this feels like what overcompensating didn't have to try hard to do. This show feels like it is trying so hard to do. And like, I just felt like every character was so like, it just, I don't know. It felt like the Ginny and Georgia version of overcompensating to me.
But I feel like there is a level of cringed overcompensating.
But like, that's part of the joke. Do you not think
guess,
so?
yeah.
With
I
adults,
guess.
like I don't see them I don't know. It's with overcompensating the cringe moments. It's that similar vibe as what was that movie? 13 or whatever. I think Bo Burnham like directed it. Am I getting this all wrong?
No. When you said 13, I was like,
18?
no way, that's the right
No,
one.
not 13.
8th grade.
8th grade. Okay,
13 is that terrifying movie
No, I
with
know.
Evan
With
Rachel
Nikki
Wood.
Reed, right? Yeah, no, not what I'm talking about. 8th grade. Same year, same age. Very different stories. Anyway, but 8th grade where like you're watching it and you're feeling so fucking cringed out.
I want to rewatch that movie.
I know,
That was
but
a
it's
good
like
movie.
in the way that
Speaking of cheaters.
because it's so good and because it like is so real and it's so like doesn't feel like a manufactured moment. It just feels like you're really watching it. And I think that's sort of how overcompensating felt at times. Like there were just times when you're like, I can't even like look at this. Like it's like, but it's their earnest portrayal of it that like gives me as the watcher that reaction, which I just didn't feel from adults. Maybe part of it is that adults is more set in adulthood and overcompensating is a college show. So like it's easier for me to feel that cringe and like,
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
know. But I just wasn't, and I don't love Owen Thiel.
Really?
Is that how you say his name?
Owen Teal.
Owen Thiel. I haven't seen anything. I mean, he's in everything, but I haven't
He's in
seen
overcompensating.
I know. That was, I guess, the thing I've seen him in that I've liked the most, but I don't know. I don't know why I'm not a huge fan of him.
The next 2 things I want to say, and I'll do one first, and then I'll talk about finishing We Were Liars, and we can hop into that. I was watching Vanderpump, and I had a realization that Ken Vanderpump is like if a dog were made into a person and couldn't figure out how to get back, so just had to like live as a person for the rest of his life.
Oh my God. And then like, how do you cope with being a person? You know, well, you cope with drugs,
You-
of course.
And you marry Lisa Vanderpump.
And you marry Lisa
and
Vanderpump,
you-
who makes your life as comfortable as possible, and she
and
loves
you
dogs.
buy a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, so you feel at home.
and you start a restaurant in Vegas called Wolf.
And you start a bunch of dog charities, and like you find a way to just make life
Mhm.
worth living in this 2-legged form that you've ended
Right.
up in. Phoebe, I love that. I love that
Thank you.
analysis you've done there, because
Thank you.
how else would we describe him?
That's exactly, because there's just enough unassuredness in who he is as a person and the way he
Yeah.
kind of moves through the world.
He's just always like a little bit like teeter-tottery. I don't know, as,
Yeah,
as an
exactly.
advocate, like as a human.
Soft spoken,
Soft
but kind of unexpectedly funny.
teeter-tottery, and a little bit like drowsy, and a little bit like I just woke up from a nap. I just woke up from a
Yes,
40-year nap. Like, where am I? And like
Exactly.
and like what is this pill? I don't know. We'll find out. You know, like that's kind of the vibe I get from Ken. And Lisa's like, oh, Ken, don't try to shag me. And that's also why he's always trying to shag her, apparently. Because you know dogs be loving a hump.
I'm like, Lisa, what's the truth?
Lisa's like, I have sex twice a year, maybe. she just like wants us to know that. She's like, I talk a big game, but Ken's quite H word.
Thank you for censoring yourself. It's
You're welcome,
Tuesday.
you're welcome. I'm not gonna do it for vomit, but I will do it for the H word. That's a really good. I really
Thank
like
you.
that.
And I also finished, guys. I went back on my word to myself, but I made Caroline happy.
We love when she does that. When the crowd goes wild. Phoebe watched We Were Liars, so now we can talk about it, which I have been absolutely clamoring to do. I thought it was so good, except
guys,
for like
spoilers. Heavy
we're gonna
spoilers.
spoil the entire thing. Okay, so
And,
if you haven't
do
watched
yourself a favor and skip to
watch
our
it
next
first.
segment, because you
No.
owe it to yourself to get the full scope of what happened.
because and do you kind of understand why I was like, please don't read the books first? Like I
Because
just
it
want
wouldn't.
to
I do think visually it hit harder than it would have in the book.
Yes, like it just was like.
Except, hey, you know me to take a book plot twist very seriously, a la when I read that Augustus Waters died
No, I know.
on
I know.
a Delta plane,
That can set you back for weeks.
and
I know.
I burst into tears.
Well, of course, me. I'm gonna read the book now, and I'm gonna go ahead and read the second book, and I encourage you to do the same, so we can, get through the second season that way.
Mom bought the book so that I can have it when I'm in Charleston.
Okay, amazing. Well, I'm gonna read the book. We can read at the same time, because I wonder if like I'll pick up on it differently in the book, the twist. I didn't pick up on it one single bit in the show,
which is why I kind of even want to go back and rewatch the show, because here's the and this is, guys, now we're getting into the spoilers.
Yeah.
Again, I'm reminding you.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to like, because I feel like I remember the moms interacting with all four of them.
And I specifically immediately thought back to the moment with Carrie and Johnny where Katie finds his phone, which first of all, now knowing that Johnny's dead, imagine how fucking painful as Carrie to be like, what? And that's the video you're watching. And now I have to deal with the fact that like you're having this image of your dead cousin, and I have to now be reminded of like the complicated feelings that she would have and like who he was. Oh my God. And then the fact that she's still seeing him, so but that was the moment that I immediately went back to, and I was like, well, we saw.
And then I'm like, another
them
question I have is like,
interact.
with the pills, when Johnny brings the pills to Carrie, we saw that interaction, and it's like, did she just did she go get them herself, knowing that her mom was protecting her, and like hallucinate that whole interaction the same way that Katie is imagining literally having full-on sex with Kat?
I'm dying to know what that looked like. That is the thing that I'm like, I think in the beginning when she's going through, nobody was an addict, nobody was all these things. What I didn't realize at the time is I think Katie is the addict, and we know Carrie to be the addict. And I think part of what we don't realize is that both of these characters are on pills probably the entire summer 17 or whatever it is.
Oh, that's actually a really good point.
So they are the only ones who are having these hallucinations.
When we see Katie go back into Cuddle Down after she realizes that she had been hallucinating it, and you see the like remnants of
oh my God,
partying in there,
I know,
the entire summer, and us thinking it was all
of them, and it's just her.
And yeah, we see her in that episode ask her mom for help and be like, I don't know how to get off the pills. And I wonder if,
but it was interesting because I was like, I feel like you've been okay. Like in my mind, I was like, I don't feel like I've seen you taking the pills that many times. Well, I don't feel like you've seemed so out of it, but we obviously didn't realize her entire existence was not real.
I could see season 2 going in two ways. Either she's gonna get clean and we never see her again. I think fucking boat like an entitled brat,
dude. And we'll talk about that.
Or she's like, I need being on the pills and not getting clean and going back to Beechwood are the only ways that I get to see the other liars.
Yeah, well, true. And
she could be addicted to pills and also addicted to that.
Right. Because there's also the piece of it where it's like, is she seeing them because she's hallucinating because she's on drugs? Or is she seeing them because they are still stuck in this purgatory, which Johnny does talk about, Yeah. Because we have Mirren and Gat, who are both kind of disappear afterwards, and they're able to sort of make peace. Like they needed Katie to know that they didn't leave her, and they couldn't pass on to heaven or whatever until that happened. But then I'm like, and Johnny does say, like, I'm here because I'm scared. There's no way I'm going to heaven. You know, and he says that. And then when he's talking to Carrie in the last scene, and she's like, I want you to pass on. He's like, I don't think I can. That felt more like I have to stay to make sure that you don't fucking kill yourself.
Or is it
and
kind
my
of
little
like,
brother, because you're on drugs.
It's also kind of like Next Normal vibes, where it's
Yes.
like, is Johnny gonna sing "I'm Alive" next season?
Right. No. Okay, Johnny, sing it. Sing I'm alive. Oh, I love that fucking song.
But I also am like, we're in the beginning of before Katie understands what's happening, where the ghosts being selfish and being like, we can't tell you what happened.
Well,
because of in the end, when Katie does realize, that's when Gat and Mirren can kind of dissipate.
I think
so. Like, why did they wait to make that, or did she have to come to the conclusion on her own?
And that's where I do wonder if the book would fill in some of this, because we get some of the thoughts, you know, that they're all having that we are.
I wonder
not.
what POV it's.
Yeah, I would hope it's third person omnipotent.
Oh, that's my favorite. Omniscient.
Because I want to hear everybody's thoughts. Like, I want to know what everyone's sort of thinking, and that I think would clear, because I think there are like some things in the spirit world. Ghost tour guide speaking now. In the spirit world, where like ghosts can't leave purgatory until they've done something or whatever. But I think the idea was like Katie, and also if it's Katie's own brain, that's why, because she literally can't remember it. You know, so it's
that's
like
a good point.
They can't tell her something if she's creating them. I don't know. I think there's like, there's so much there. I also want to talk about the house burning,
guys.
So
no, it actually
made me physically ill before even I knew about the dogs or the others. The fact they're burning this house down.
You know that fire is one of my biggest fears. That like, it like makes my bones ache.
Oh my God.
Thinking about it, it makes me so sick thinking about things like memories and everything that people own burning.
No, I know.
And so having to see, and also like I just like wasn't fully on the liar side, like pretty much like they were just bothering the hell out of me. So I was like, you guys are so spoiled. And like there's even an aspect of Gat that I think is a little bit spoiled.
I agree,
because it's like you got to go travel in India, you get to come here every summer, like you are also benefiting from this historic
from the Sinclair
wealth.
Life, and
you're critiquing it from the inside, but you're not doing anything really to not enjoy it,
right? And there's one thing too, not to tie this into next gen, but they're talking about in the finale, I think, or right before, they're talking about George's privilege, and they're like, she's like, I'm poor. What do you mean I'm privileged? And they're like, you're in a gorgeous house in Jersey right now, having dinner with a private chef. You have a millionaire boyfriend who's going to allow you to like have this job. Then he kicks you out and you have somewhere else to go. Like, you're looking at privilege from this super like dumbed down view, when it can mean so many other, it's not just about money. Like, it's about all these other things. And I think in this case, you know, they're playing on the skin color, and it's not just about that too. Like, Gat, you are experiencing privilege by spending your summers here and having these ties and being able to go to India and have that experience that opens your mind in all these ways. Like, you got to go have that because you could, and for whatever reason. In theory,
like, he was about to go off, and I know that obviously Harris is a villain,
right?
But like, Gat's about to go off and benefit from all of this wealth that's being poured into something, so he can go get incredibly educated. Right. Education is another form of privilege.
A huge form of privilege. And that's like, it sucks because Harris is obviously a villain, and it's so clear by the end that he has been gathering all these crumbs of the girls' transgressions and things that they've done, and he's essentially blackmailing them into being the perfect children their entire lives. And they're constantly working for his acceptance, because if they don't, he's going to expose something, whatever, about them. You know, he has all the power. But at the same time, at the end of the show, I was like, Katie, seriously? You can't just fucking shut the hell up and smile for that picture and pretend? You owe your grandfather everything. Not to mention, you're the reason he doesn't have his dogs. He lost his grandchildren. He lost his home, and he lost his wife last summer, not because of you, but all of that. And now he is covering for you, even though he is grieving all of these things. And you can't just fucking toughen it. Like, I know it sucks, but guess what? Life's not fair, and you'll be okay.
Then you're gonna throw his wife's pearls into the ocean.
Oh my God! On the
Not
yacht
to mention
that you
you
fucking stole.
Exactly.
Where are you going?
You stole the boat, and then also these pearls are the reasons that your cousins are dead and the dogs are dead because
Yes.
you had to go back for them.
It's the same Katie who left the party, swam home, left her friends at the party, and swam all the way back and didn't care about the shark infested water. Or no, sorry, didn't swim. Took the boat and didn't care that her friends were gonna swim back in the shark infested water. It's like it's that girl. She never stopped being that girl, and you can pretend. And that's also the other thing is like this privileged white girl who pretends like, oh, I'm gonna correct my grandpa at the dinner table. It's like go do something actually like that works, okay? Because odds are your grandpa, he tells you he's a Democrat. He's not gonna probably change in your lifetime about these other little things, okay? But he's using his money for good things. He's trying to do some good things. You need to get outside of yourself and think about ways you can actually help the
or
world.
how you could you know now that you were going to be left the island.
entire
So when
island.
when your grandpa dies, build a fucking school on there.
Build
Do
a
something.
school.
Use the wealth
You
that your
have the
grandfather is then
privilege
going to
and the means to actually make a difference, and you're not going to make a difference
You're
sitting here
throwing it
at the
away.
table with your grandpa like this, just to be like, look
Especially 'cause
look at me.
she's
You're
not
just
doing
doing it for God.
It's actually very similar to, I don't know if you saw Eddington, but I just saw Eddington.
No.
I didn't love it. It was so long. Didn't really enjoy it.
Worst
It
thing
fell
is when the
flat
movie
for
is
me.
too long and you don't like it.
2 people left.
Oh my
I
God.
haven't seen people leave a theater
Scathing.
in a long time.
Wow.
But there's this one character who it's based in 2020 in like
Mm-hmm.
a New Mexico town in 2020. And this teenage boy, this white boy, is trying to impress this white girl, like they're at like a social distancing party,
Yeah.
they're doing whatever, and she's holding like a Toni Morrison book or something.
Mhm. Oh my
And so
God.
he like Googles the book, and he reads the spark notes so he can go up and like talk about something, and he like is going to all these protests just wanting to
Yeah.
impress the girl
Yeah.
and be like, look, I can be.
And then probably when the girl
like,
doesn't like him, it immediately
He
all
turns into a
stops.
right-wing podcaster at
Oh.
the end of the movie.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. Okay. It's
So
literally
it's just like, Katie, you're not doing it because you want to
No.
inform your grandfather. If you
No.
were, you would probably be doing it in a way that wasn't so bitchy and like rude.
and not showing off at the table where you're gonna humiliate your whole family and create this like, how about you be like, oh hey, grandpa, let's go get lunch and I want to talk to you about something, have
Yeah.
the conversations. He wants to spend time with you. He's made that clear. Like, and the amount that he loves you, I mean, girl, this man loves you more than you are. So lucky to have his love the way that you do, the way he gave you the will, and also protecting you. And that's what I want to talk about as well. Does Katie's mother know what she actually did?
I know. I keep wondering that. And I think that we see that conversation between Bess and Carrie where they're like, why would she be spared? And I think they would be talking about it in a really different way. I think Caroline Forbes would have killed her.
Well, I don't think the other moms know. I think there's if Penny knows, she knows on her own, and she's been instructed not to tell, and she would never tell. But I also think Harris knows Penny can't keep that to herself. Penny is that's also a lot for Penny to carry. You know what I mean?
And also Cadence, Miss, like you were so, you know everything. You like a big thing throughout the summer when they wanted to like put the dish soap in the sprinklers, they're like, well, then a housekeeper is gonna get fired or something. And like, Gat kind of enlightens Katie into that.
Yes.
And then the thing that is keeping you out of prison, Katie, is that people on the staff lost their job because of the lie that they had to make up so that it wasn't arson.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, was your idea.
And which is also where I wonder, because we see Penny say to Cadence, hey, as they're taking Harris after he falls in the helicopter, she says, find the will, and if it doesn't favor us, burn it. And I was wondering if Penny believes that she did burn it, and that's what started the fire. And so that's why Penny's not going to speak up about it either.
That's actually a really good point.
So I'm like, oh my God, I want to know. But I think season 2 is going to be entirely about what happened to their dead little sister, whoever this little sister is. And I think that Bess and Carrie are responsible for this death, which is why they are so indebted now to Harry. They all have these secrets. And so I wonder, I think season 2 is going to be all about that. And I am going to read the book before that because I want to know what freaking happens. And it'll be interesting to have that perspective for season 2 and like the opposite for season 1.
Fucking, when realized that the dogs were in the
Oh
house.
my fucking God. I was like, no wonder
I
every
have
time
chills
she hears
thinking
what
about it.
no. I was like, no wonder every time she hears what she did, she loses her memory and flips the fuck out. That was enough for me to be like, now I understand. Because I was like, what could be so bad that every time they tell her what she did, she fucking flips out, loses her memory, has a seizure? Oh, that she killed the dogs. She was the only one who knew they were in there. She put the, like, and you were so fucking selfish.
And she said it in such a cavalier way to Harris
Yes.
before he hit his head. He
Literally.
was like, "Where are those dogs?"
Yep.
And she goes, "They're locked in the whatever." Like she says it. She knows in her breath. Like,
you
so
know where those
flippantly.
fucking dogs are. And also, I'm sorry, you're going around the entire house dumping like you didn't walk
Also,
past the room the dogs were in.
Logistically, I'm thinking you guys are. I don't think we needed to go this crazy.
I don't think we needed to go into the attic. I think we could have just on the main floor. That would have ensured that you probably lived, Johnny, if you weren't coming down from the attic. I also think the moments that ended up killing Miran and Johnny being moments where they're having sympathy for this family. And Cadence couldn't have any. Instead of her having sympathy, she looks at the picture and she says, I need to go get my grandma's fucking pearls.
Because and then how she says it to Gat, she's like, whoever had the pearls was the most loved. They were the most this. And that's what she wanted.
You had Beechwood and you knew that.
Johnny wanted the pictures of them as kids, and Miran wanted her master. That was also
and seeing that her mom had been putting it back together and like feeling the sympathy for her mother in that moment.
Seeing the book like on art restoration.
I know, like where it's like you can have all these complicated feelings about your mom, but like her throwing it out the window and that's what lives. Showing how much it meant to her too. Like imagine Bess coming back and realizing that was kept and Miran wasn't, you know, and like. I just think that was so interesting too, that the moments that ended up killing Gat, Miran, and Johnny were all moments of thinking about other people. Because Gat runs back in the house because he doesn't see Katie anymore. Why is she in that fucking house? She's in there to get those fucking pearls. Her running back in there killed Gat. It might not have been the reason that Miran and Johnny died, but it is the reason that Gat died.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. The fact that she can live with herself. I'm like, I would be doing whatever I can do to make it up, and I never will make it up, but I will sit here and be your pretty princess grandpa, like just whatever you need me to do.
Because I killed your fucking grandkids.
I burnt your house down. I killed your grandkids. I killed your dogs, and your wife died last year, and I'm a monster.
And he's like clearly has like Alzheimer's, or it's starting to
something
come
going on
when he finds the ball on the beach and then goes to throw it
and then realizes
that the oh my god,
because of her, because she snaps him out of it, because doesn't she come like tap him or something?
Yeah, they do have a conversation around them. But another thing I'm wondering about whether Penny knows is when she finds her on the beach.
Yeah.
I'm like, there was this moment where it was like Penny realized that she realized what happened. And it's like, but I don't understand how you guys were keeping this all from her if the truly like the 3 kids were not there. And in your brain, she can't see the kids.
Then we get those flashbacks and it's like, I think also because she was so fucked up, they were just like, let her do whatever she needs to do.
It's like the townspeople and It's Quiet Uptown.
Oh, absolutely. Just if you see her by herself, walking by herself, talking by herself, have pity. She's dealing with the unimaginable.
The scene, and oh my god, the twins. Imagine if we were twins. Well, I mean, we don't have to imagine, but like we're twins, and our cousin killed our sister.
No, and I'm sorry. And then
we're laying on a beach towel, and she goes, "Tell me a story, Katie." Miran's better suited for that.
No, she says, "Tell me a ghost story, Katie," and she goes, "I'm all out. Ask Miran," and she says, "Hilarious." And also then like when Harris comes over and he's like, "Come on, Katie," and she's like, "Just me?" And like Miran's not there. Like there are all those moments. But yeah,
that's why I want to go back and rewatch. I want to rewatch it.
Anyway, guys, we loved it. I was living for Phoebe live texting me during it. If you want to hear our deep dive like this on the pilot, we did it on the Patreon. So you can go watch that on Patreon. But yeah, we loved it. Tell us your thoughts. Is Katie the most selfish bitch? Yes. Yes, the answer is yes, but I'd love to know what you guys think.
I texted Caroline because in our Patreon recap, I said, this is the first Arya character that isn't completely insufferable in our eyes.
She hasn't given in yet. We're wrong.
I texted Caroline and I said, this is proof that Arya disease can lie dormant.
Yes.
But it cannot be cured.
No, it cannot be cured. It will always erupt. You can run. You cannot hide.
It's like a kidney stone. It's like Caroline's 2 other kidney stones.
Absolutely. It might be dormant in your kidneys, but it's going to move. Oh, it's going to move and you're going to feel it. Okay?
It's gonna burn.
And trust, you're gonna feel it. And it's worse than childbirth. I can't believe I've gone through something worse than childbirth. Actually, haven't yet. Haven't gone through it yet. Still in the middle. Anyway, well, Phoebe, I want to talk about JaNa and Kenny. And I want to get in it. And I actually wrote down a few notes so I didn't get anything wrong. And I wrote it on the back of my discharge papers from the emergency room, the back of my kidney stone papers. All right. Chic, of course. Okay, so guys, like, what was it, a week ago? Less than a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we were singing Kenny's praises, singing Kenny and JaNa's praises as our favorite couple from Love Island. Oh my God. My, how quickly things change.
I mean, honestly, like, men should be in jail and earn their way out.
No, no, men should be born in a prison and stay there until they've proven they can handle themselves in society. Because what kind of absolute sociopath do you have to be to sleep next to a woman, live with a woman, date a woman, like, for an entire
Post that
year?
birthday message.
Oh my God, like, how deep is your fucking psychological trauma, Kenny Rodriguez? Rot in hell, Kenny Rodriguez. And let it be known that today on August 4th, 2025 at 4:38 p.m., Phoebe, she still follows him on Instagram. Go unfollow him now. Yes, oh my God, the look on her face, she could not believe it. It's true. I saw it today.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And this is called holding people accountable. Okay, I'm watching her unfollow live on air.
He's
All right.
unfollowed.
Perfect. Thank you. Hey, if that was a little wake up call you needed at home, that's all right. We won't judge. But go ahead and hit that unfollow button now. All right. So everything was fine. I believe David Dobrik's party, I think, was on July 26th. I think
Red
that was
flag
the
number
day.
1. Why are we going to his party?
Why are we going to his party? But also their post. And I'm not kidding you, Phoebe. After we were singing their praises on our podcast, I was like, I just had a little inkling, something in my head that was like, are they still together? Has something happened? So the day before this party, Phoebe, or maybe it was the day of, I go and look at Kenny's page. And in his bio, it has JaNa and a heart. And he's got all these photos of JaNa. And on his story, he's posting a zillion photos of him and JaNa, all dolled up, reposting stories that she's posted. She posted a bunch of selfies. He reposted her selfies on his story. Things you don't have to do. You know what I mean? If you're a fucking faker, if you're a fraud. So I was like, oh my God. Okay. Everything is perfect. Everything is great. No need for concern, Caroline.
We were all
relax.
so happy that day.
We were all so
It was almost
happy.
Unimaginable what would happen next.
We were rooting for you. We were all right. Never in my life yelled at a girl like this, Kenny. Okay, so they're at the party.
Caroline and I suffer from a level of brain rot that
everything
is going to be studied for decades
or
to come.
Or reality.
You know how they study like athletes' brains?
Of course. For CTE.
Once they pass.
They're going to be studying our brains for what has reality TV actually been doing to the human brain for all these years, and it's never been studied. They're like, we thought football was the most dangerous sport. Wrong. Pop culture podcasting.
Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen is the most
cult
dangerous
of Andy Cohen.
Like, this is your brain. This is your brain
on Watch What Happens
This
Live.
is your brain on Andy Cohen.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Oh, so they go to this party, and like he's posting about her that day. They're having fun. There are videos of them slow dancing on the floor, but you can see him checking his phone like over her shoulder while they're slow dancing. Deplorable already. JaNa, that's not the kind of treatment you deserve right there. I swear it was like in the middle of the night or the next day, Twitter is ablaze with rumors that PPG has now unfollowed Kenny. Their men have unfollowed Kenny. JaNa has wiped Kenny from her profile, and that there have been, like, she's been spotted screaming at him at this party.
I hope one of her friends did that for her, wiping him, because
Me too. How
obviously
hard?
For all couples, like, whatever, like, everybody posts that, but like for her, her brand being so
Rooted in
the
their
couple of them being so entrenched in like everything that they're doing, everything that they have to post, brand deals, all this stuff. Like, imagine. Even like looking back to like when they were on Love Island, whoever had their accounts like posting them all the time.
Yes.
That's so much to go through.
And it's so much of their celebrity is rooted in each other. You know, they boost each other's star power. Now, let's be clear.
JaNa
He's
will be
nothing without her. He is nothing
and
without her.
And she's everything without
She
him.
is, I mean, I'm sorry, like, I don't know if there's a more beautiful woman on the planet, is the first thing I'll say. She is perfect looking. How dare you? She looks like an actual doll. Go fuck yourself,
Isn't
Kenny.
it so interesting that like once Kenny and her broke up, I was like, wait,
he's not even hot. And
kinda
what's with his
ugly.
voice? Why does he talk like Sully from Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
Like, why you talk
I used to
like
think
that?
it was cute and endearing.
No, I used
And
to
now
think,
I'm like,
oh,
wait, you're
he's
a
like
grown
an
man.
Eeyore. No, he's a
Yeah.
piece of shit. And that's how they get you, by the way. Don't be looks can be deceiving.
Conrad.
Everything is not what it seems. If you, by the way, I'm not on Team Conrad. I'm just not on Team Jeremiah. So just so that's clear,
Caroline
I'm on
wants to keep
Team
getting that in writing.
Belly Conklin. Download Hinge this summer, okay?
Every day Caroline is on Twitter. She's like, and let me just make a note.
Well, I
to
feel
say
like
I'm not
I gotta
Team
remind
Jeremiah
everybody
again.
because unfortunately I went live on air and I was like, come on, guys. But
Come in, the water's warm, and then everybody got in, and it was filled with kidney
water
stones.
was scalding. Water was scalding. Though it was filled with kidney stones and bugs. So we all got out. Anyway, so allegedly Janae and Kenny leave this party in a screaming argument next day or that night. We have everyone is wiped. He removes Janae from his bio, which I'm like, okay, you don't need to move so quick. But also, you don't need to keep using her name for clout at the same time. So whatever.
He can't win with us.
No, he really can't. There's
And he
actually
won't
no
win.
way. And he won't. So we get a statement from Janae the next day. And I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. There are a few things I want to point out. So she says, hi, my loves. Thank you for all your love and support. It means the world to me. As you know, Kenny and I are no longer together. Please know that I have seen all the breakup theories, and none have matched up to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointment it truly is. Discovering that someone you loved isn't who you thought they were, and that the relationship you thought you were building hasn't been genuine since day one has been truly devastating. Thank you for respecting my privacy, and please know as a child of God, I will always be okay. Very nice statement. Very nice statement from Janae. Day one? What do you mean he never, I don't believe,
So he
and I'm not
watched
giving
it?
him any credit. Yeah, so he fooled me too? Well, I don't like to be fooled. Well, hey, I don't fucking like to be fooled, Kenny. K-Rod. I don't believe he never caught feelings for her anywhere along the way. I saw it, right?
I mean, but also,
which makes it so much worse.
I think
Imagine if this is how we're feeling.
If you're dating someone who looks and acts and is who Janae is, I don't imagine you didn't fall in love with her along the road.
How could you not? It would be impossible to spend time with her.
But
that
here's what I
much
really
time
don't
with her.
like. Here's what I decide. What I've kind of been thinking about that I really
Okay.
don't like is
Yeah.
the fact that he sat in that hotel room, and he watched all of it, and he decided if he's as evil as it's looking like he is, he thought Janae was the easiest way.
I mean,
to get into having enough success.
exactly. And it puts me watching Beyond the Villa in a whole new light now.
Oh,
because
and when he went to Casa, didn't he come back with
he
someone
came
else?
back with a girl and he was like, what? Oh my God, I didn't even realize that's what that meant. Like, a Janae. No, I know. It makes it so much more diabolical. I think he's always known exactly what he was doing every step of the way.
I hate him.
So I hate him. So his statement, okay? He says, hold please. The past few days have been incredibly difficult. Sorry if I read it like him, that's how it'll sound. I've been quietly sitting with a lot of emotions and doing my best to process everything privately. Breakups are never easy, especially in the public eye. Sometimes, despite how deeply you care for someone, give me a fucking break, you come to the hard truth that the relationship is not something that could last long term. Yeah, because PR relationships usually don't. I'll always be grateful for the time we shared and the memories we created. I released this chapter with no ill will, only a hope that Janae's path forward brings her nothing but happiness. What ill will could you possibly have, Kenny? What ill will could you possibly have? Right?
I'm seething.
I'm sorry. I released this relationship with no ill will. Oh, because you never have any goodwill. What the fuck? I screenshotted this from a story, and I love that I just have this little comment that shows up, go to hell. Now that you can comment on people's stories. It just says, go to hell. So that didn't sit well with the rest of the Love Island community, and nor should it have. So we get immediately Janae responding.
Guys, I think that Liv is probably still in a straitjacket somewhere.
Liv, I can't wait to go to what Liv did. So Janae posts, at Kenny Rodriguez, shut the fuck up, you manipulative liar. You not taking accountability and telling people the type of person you really are is insane to me. My first statement was me being nice. Do not piss me off. Comment on this one. I know that's right. Absolutely. Okay, so then we get Leah Kateb. my girl. She reposts JaNa tagging him. Then Leah tags him at Kenny Rodriguez. Put a sock in it, ChatGPT head ass. Tell the truth for once. Racist, clout, and money hungry, and a scammer since day one. Trying to make it seem like it's something it's not. Don't worry, Arne is blessed and highly favored.
And didn't she comment on a video that was recently posted with Miguel and
Kenny? she said, delete my man off your page, you clout demon. And I love clout demon, clout goblin, clout demon, every name in the book. Yes. So then we get Liv. Liv screenshots Kenny's statement, and she screenshots a conversation she has with ChatGPT. She says, sends a screenshot of Kenny's statement into ChatGPT. Was this response written by ChatGPT or AI? Yes or no? No explanation. ChatGPT said yes, period. Posted that on her story. People have been sending it into
guys,
like
the
online.
clankers.
Oh, the clankers
guys,
are
the
at
clankers
work.
are on Team JaNa.
The clankers are on Team JaNa. 100%. The clankers should have known better than to write that at all. Is the first thing that I'll say. But
well, no,
okay.
the clankers were like, we could make this seem like it was a little more humanistic.
Well, Kenny didn't tell the clankers what he did, because if he did, Kenny would have been killed by the clankers.
Well, the clankers should know.
They should know. They should know. But
and
that
I think
is
they
one
do know.
benefit
And I think
to
they
not
were like
to clanker. As one benefit to humans is that humans are there in real time. Clankers have to hear about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the one thing. By the way, we're talking about robots.
Clankers, get out of here.
Clankers, get out of here
With your nuts and bolts.
Then of course we get Serena responding, Liv posting more. They're all commenting on the post. Take my man off your page. Fuck you, clout demon, etc., etc. He has not responded to any of this. Demois has come out and confirmed, allegedly, that there were horrible texts found on Kenny's phone, basically racist texts confirming he was only with JaNa for clout with his friends that she read. And one of her friends, in a now deleted story, but obviously it's made the rounds, posted this, and this is kind of where I'll leave it. She said, this is account Charmaine. My advice for women in relationships, if you have access, go through your man's phone today. Search keywords like, quote, I don't like black women. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on the show would be for clout. I can't wait to be done with this so I can fuck hella bitches, ... You'll thank me later. P.S. Never spare a man. Dog them out, baby girl. I mean, so if that must have been the shit that was in his fucking text. If that's what this friend of Janae's is posting. I can't imagine. Imagine the mindfuck Janae's going through trying to figure out what has been real in her life for the last year. How will she ever trust somebody again? Like, I mean, and even his family has unfollowed him. Like his grandmother unfollowed him on Instagram. They're so mortified. How could you do this? So I don't think they were aware. I hope to God they weren't aware.
Well, no, she said don't send any hate to his family.
She's a better woman than me. I'd be like, burn all their houses down. There are rumors swirling that Kenny got jumped. I'm like, okay. I don't condone violence, but I'm like, okay. Also, like, Kenny has an apartment in Texas as well. So I'm like, okay, so that's where it's happening. You've got other bitches in Texas, just say
I'm
it.
horrified.
Horrified.
That's why he wants to go back
to her.
That's why he wants to go back to his regular corporate life.
Yeah,
like
I guess
he was
so.
saying.
I guess so. But then why are you with JaNa for clout if that's what you want? If you want out of this life,
he wants
out
the
of
best
the
of both
spotlight.
worlds.
Well, you can't fucking have your cake and eat it too, bitch.
I wonder if he was laying the groundwork for that being why they end up breaking up.
Probably.
To be like, I wanted to go back to this life, but then he stays in the public's good graces enough so that he can still do brand deals.
Well, I will be watching the rest of Beyond the Villa so that I can figure out where the seeds were planted. Like what was the lead up to this? Because I'm livid for her. I need more information. I don't need it. I want it. But I just feel so fucking horrible for JaNa. I hope Kenny Rodriguez burns in fucking hell. If you're following him, you better stop. You better stop before I go check. I'm going to check all the Road Warriors following this. And if any of you are following Kenny, you're dead to us.
Guys, your homework for the week is to send us a screenshot of you having
you that you have
him.
not followed him. Okay, so that's the okay. There's a deep dive on that relationship. Why don't you take us through Lollapalooza a little bit?
Lollapalooza looked great this year, and
also so fun.
I looked at the temperature while all the pictures were being posted, and it was like below 75 the whole weekend.
It was not, because I was looking at these pictures of these crowds and I was like, you know what, Caroline, just remember how fucking hot it is. And I'm sure it still was, but like that makes me
that
sick.
sounds so comfortable.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Some highlights we have. Well, this was Olivia Rodrigo's first ever Lollapalooza she's ever done.
I was gonna say, I feel like I haven't seen her on the festival circuit. And was this how she closed out like the Guts tour?
That's what people were saying, because she took off her rings and gave them to fans.
What's the deal with the rings?
Show.
I don't know
They
what that
say
is.
Guts on them.
Oh, okay.
And she wore a shirt that had a 3 on it
Right.
as well. And she brought out Weezer. This is what I loved about Lollapalooza this year, is we had our 3 pop girls,
Mm-hmm.
Olivia, Gracie, and Sabrina,
Yeah.
on pretty big stages at Lollapalooza.
The crowds for all 3,
Crazy.
I mean, wow.
But what I love is that each of them brought out legendary musicians. Sabrina brought out Earth, Wind, and Fire. Olivia brought out Weezer. And Gracie brought out Robin. And I just think that it's so important. And Taylor, I think, again, not to give Taylor credit for everything, but she really does lay the groundwork for, like, on the 1989 tour, she was bringing out, like, people from every genre, people from every era.
Yeah.
And it's a way to keep people's legacies alive, and a way to make sure that a younger audience is being educated on stuff that
Yeah.
inspires them. And it feels like they all picked people that kind of influence their work. Sabrina's in more of a pop. She could do a disco album for sure. I think it'd be epic.
Yeah.
Gracie is like pure pop. Robin and
Right.
Olivia loves the rock stuff. So I think Weezer, and she did 2 songs with Weezer, which I thought was awesome.
Question. So, like, why, when they're having these conversations, like, how would they decide to do something like this? Is it like is this more typical now since Taylor's been doing it? Because I was wondering, especially with the Sabrina one, I was like, so how did this happen? Like, why did she?
I feel like it's probably just like brainstorming. I
Yeah.
think it's just like throwing stuff to the wall and seeing what works.
Yeah.
I don't
Very
know
cool.
for sure the ins and outs, but I think it's also a testament to each of their talent.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
people, these legends being willing to go on stage with them, because they
Mhm.
wouldn't go on stage with just anybody.
And it also, like, not to like take it the other way, where it's like, yes, in a way it's, you've got this kind of education of younger generations and introducing them to music that, like, they really should know, and acknowledging the influence. But there's also the level of, like, I just remember watching, like, when Dad would watch, you know, Glastonbury or something, and somebody
Yeah. Well, I sent him the
would go play,
video
or
of
John
her.
Mayer would play with somebody really neat, and he'd be like, this guy can really play, or whatever. Like, if there was a girl who was going out, it was like, oh my God, have you seen this? And it's also kind of a neat way to, like, bridge the younger and older generations, like, in music, like, talking about it. And I feel like Dad sometimes would gain a new respect for somebody that, like, we already really liked once he saw them in this different kind of setting, which is not nothing.
Yeah, I sent the video of her playing with Weezer to Dad. He didn't answer. It's fine. Levity, the DJ, brought out Chance the Rapper. Kind of the return of Chance the Rapper.
Oh my
because
God.
After Hot Shower, we kind of put him down, but Chicago's his hometown, so brought him out. That was awesome. Joe played his Chicago homage hit, but he did a cool thing. There's a song called Charlie's Garden on his newer album, Crux, and Charlie Heaton from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a voicemail that he left Joe in the song. And
Oh my
for
God,
Lollapalooza, he did like a video that he played. He played on like the big screens of him like re-recording, like saying something else to
very
him, which
cute.
was very sweet. What else? Role Model stage is too small. He kind of is getting the chapel treatment this festival circuit.
Well, I was wondering, did they have anyone, like, so obviously the pop girlies were headlining. Did they have anyone on other stages while they were playing?
Because
Because it looks like these crowds were, like, beyond.
I don't think Gracie and Sabrina played a little earlier in the day.
So
in the
they wouldn't
nighttime.
have been headlines. That's crazy.
Lala's also so massive.
Yeah.
In their headline, it's a little more like Austin City Limits, where it's like
Okay.
there are the headliners, and the headliners typically, there might be people playing, but they typically stop before their set ends. But Role Model had Olivia be his Sally at the Lala After
Very
show,
cute.
and the Dare was his Sally at
And we're getting
the
a new
actual
The
thing.
Dare album, right? When?
oh, I don't know.
I
don't
want
really
to
listen
say
to him.
he just Anthony and I love. I like the girls that do drugs, girls with cigarettes in the back of the club. We love that song. Anthony really likes it there. You know who else Anthony really? Sorry, I want you to finish talking about Lala, but then we got to come back to who else Anthony's really liking right now.
Other than that, I mean, it just looked like a great one. Sabrina the people that were arrested during JaNa were the K-pop band Twice, and Doechii went absolutely crazy. Like her set was really
Wait, didn't Doechii go on stage for someone? Or no. She went to the Sabrina show, I think. I just saw her. The fans were freaking out. She went to either Sabrina or Oro's show. And
Oro,
that's what Anthony calls Olivia Rodrigo. And fans at the barricade were like, "Oh my god!" Like trying to get Doechii's autograph as she was just like going to watch the show.
I did not see.
Which is cool. Which is very cool. It looked really, really fun. It actually made me want to go to a festival again, except for none of those people will be in festivals next year, probably. So,
well, they might be. You never know.
Okay, I just got got by Phoebe. Well, they might be. You never. Know.
I'm just thinking of like Noah Khan and Hozier. They were playing festivals and Sabrina just putting out a new album.
True. So Sabrina will be there. Well, there was never a doubt in my mind Sabrina would be there. Sabrina's everywhere.
It was not Sabrina's first Lollapalooza.
No. Wait, I was just gonna say something really quickly about that. Fuck, what was it? Oh, can't say much, but guys, Phoebe and I are going to Lord. That's a real reaction. We're going to Lord. October 3rd in Pittsburgh.
Elvis's birthday.
You guys, Elvis's birthday.
Elvis, her dog.
That might be too much for me to say on live, but anyway, it's a big day. It's Mean Girls Day, and we're going. And the stars.
And I'm seeing Addison Rae a week before that.
Okay, that's not fair now. But I just want to say, I want to give you a big virtual hug for your loyalty. Phoebe exhibited extreme loyalty to her big sister over the weekend, and it didn't go unnoticed. And it moved me, honestly. And as a result, we are going to Lord. So, and you guys heard us say that we didn't think we were going to get to go, and now look at us. So,
look at us.
Did we have that fight on air about that?
We might have.
It was either on air or in a car. I don't remember. One of those two places. Anyway, okay. Now can I talk about who Anthony's liking right now?
Yeah.
Well, not right now. Renee Rapp. Anthony loves Renee Rapp. And I love her new album. Have you listened to it?
I have 2 more songs to listen to, but I liked it more than I was expecting.
The only one I don't like is Leave Me Alone, Bitch. I wanna have fun.
I hate
that
song.
Line my lips just to match my nipples. Yeah, I hate it. I hate that fucking song.
I think it sounds bad, objectively.
I don't even think
it's it's not even
I'm I can't sing that. It's mortifying. I can't even lip sync that. I'm not dancing to it.
How is Sheena mortified?
No, I'm it goes against your whole vibe to be doing this song, Renee. Yeah,
it kind of sounds like the pop song that would be written for a guest star on a Disney Channel show that they have to come and it's a late night talk show on a Disney Channel show, and that's the single that they play.
Yes,
obviously different lyrics, but it sounds
tell me something I don't know.
No,
a little bit that vibe.
No.
Okay, how many
I resent that.
What it takes to make you smile.
No, that song's that's a masterpiece.
You're right. Okay, I got it all wrong. But I actually can't get enough of the album. I skip that song every time, but I am loving it. I think
I like it. I like that she's kind of on some of the songs. Good. She's leaning into kind of the Olivia Rodrigo. She's the rock sound.
I think she's going also full Y2K. The song "Shy." I don't know if you've listened enough to have an opinion on it, but I hear first of all so much Avril Lavigne because she goes
I hear her.
Yeah, or whatever, something like that, and it makes me think, I'm with you. I'm with you, Avril Lavigne, but then also we get a little bit of Gwen Stefani because she's got that little holla back girl thing going. But then also the whole album has a lot of Sheryl Crow and Nelly Furtado, a little bit of a promiscuous kind of feel. It's just I also just feel she went back to vocals. She was I'm gonna give you these gorgeous vocals. She sounds so good.
Still wish,
she's never beating the I don't warm up allegations. Sorry.
I just want a little bit. I want her to push her voice a little bit more.
I don't know.
I want a.
Hey, Fee, I do still want to say this album could not be sung at karaoke unless it's "Leave Me Alone." So push it.
That's
how?
no. I mean, like, I want to feel the power in her voice a little more, like
Mm.
we did on the last album.
That's, I think, what I kind of, I loved that about the last album too. But this album, I feel like I like that it doesn't feel as, well, that's not true. I was going to say it doesn't feel as much like she has something to prove, but yes, it does. Leave Me Alone really does.
And I think she still does. I still think that, like, we're going to need a third.
Yeah.
She's not hitting a sophomore slump, which I think is great. She
No.
should celebrate that, but I do think there's still
And
room for improvement.
to be clear, I'm listening to this album nonstop right now. I don't know how long it will be.
And it's so
In my
short.
Rolodex.
I'm tired
Yeah,
of
it's
seeing
short. Tired
timestamps
of
on
short
songs
albums.
that are 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's too short.
Give
Well,
me the
not enough
classic
bridges.
3:43.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh, the sweet spot, exactly. I used to think a song that was 4 minutes and 12 seconds was like a stretch, you know? And now it's
I'm
like,
tired of it.
I'm
Well, I guess that's how we
tired.
got here. And now we have Caroline to thank.
Okay, yes, it's my fault.
But
Okay,
also,
but-
I mean, the transparency on the album is crazy.
It's crazy. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit. So first of all, is that what's that? That's so funny.
I don't want to be around you anymore.
Well,
Or I
that,
can't have
sorry.
you around me anymore.
Yes. I was gonna first go for the song that people are alleging is about Mindy Kaling.
Which I think is such a stretch. Some
Do
people also
you?
think it's about Pauline. I just, like, don't think people are like, I think she would have had to be like, I think this song is about a friend, like someone she was actually close with, and I don't think that was Mindy Kaling's role on set.
I don't know.
And also, I don't like this whole, like, I hate how much she hates things that she's done in the past.
Stop talking at the show. Is what I want to say.
Yeah, if you left
Stop
and you
it.
hated it so much, just like,
Stop talking about the show. Stop talking about the show. I don't like her talking about the show. I think because that's a story about her that I don't like. And that's the thing is, like, I was talking to Anthony because I was like, oh, I love the album. It's a shame I just like really can't stand her. And he was like, what? I think she's awesome. Anthony's like, she's so funny. Have you seen her interviews? I was like, Anthony.
that's
Yeah,
what we
that's
don't like
what I don't
about
like.
her.
I was like,
Except
she needs to show
did.
some freaking respect. Are you talking about the Zane Lowe interview?
No, that I didn't watch that because I knew I wouldn't be able to stomach it.
No,
That
really good. I just
Oh.
watched the whole thing, and I'm
well,
going to talk
I
about it a
was
little bit.
referencing the L prank calls. I'm like,
Oh.
we do need to get her back in front of a camera.
Yes.
But here's what I want to say is, guys, it's not we're not just mean about Renee Rapp, because we actually really respect and understand and appreciate what she said about Broadway and leaving that experience. But the way that she's talking about this show feels different. It's like she felt better than it and
Well,
all this stuff.
And I don't
and
even
I
really
just,
know, like, we don't know the ins and outs of why she left. You know, it could be anything. But what I don't like about it is that she fucked over all
Her
of
best friend.
those people and her best friend, because she left the show and the show got canceled. And she knew that would happen. And then she sings a song about it saying, left the show, now the show ain't fucking. And it's just like, okay, like, if I'm one of your friends that was a show that was really hot while you were on it, and you leave us stranded like that just really, I'm like, just finish the contract. Now, I don't know what was going on in her life, so I can't, you know, for all I know, she had to, but like,
Pause. Dad just figured out how to. he So we have a camera on our deck.
of course.
Dad is currently sitting on the couch
Are you watching?
no, let me explain.
Okay.
With the dogs next to him on the couch.
Okay.
And I see him on his phone taking a screenshot of the Ring footage of him with the dogs, and he just sent it in the family group chat.
That is so funny.
Like, who are you?
Okay, that's crazy. That's so funny. Anyway, so I'm like saying this to Anthony. I was like, oh my God, she just like drives me nuts. And he's like, I think she's so funny. I was like, well, she needed to have a little respect on the Good Hang podcast. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think she's hilarious. I love the stuff she says. Like, he's just going on and on. And I was like, God, oh my God. And I was like, okay, but I don't like that she pretends she has no musical theater training. You were the 2018 Jimmy Award winner.
Yeah.
And he goes, wait, she won a Jimmy Award? Okay, ick. He's like, okay, she's not cool to me anymore. Like, that's all the time. And I was like, yes, Anthony, like, she comes from this musical theater background. She's so eager to be like, that's so not me. It's like, yes, it is. That's fine. It's okay.
And I
Like,
think a lot of her behavior still, to me,
She's
just
still that
screams
girl!
theater kid.
And here's
she
the
is
thing.
such a theater girl.
as I was speaking to Anthony, I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God, he sees piece, you and her.
Yes. I was like, oh my God, the reason I don't like her is because holy shit, we're both, he goes, there can only be one. I said, correct. We are both like the alpha musical theater girl who came in and was like,
you guys would have
hated. And I'm like, okay, so it's genuine how I feel. Like, it's genuine. Thank God we have the same voice teacher, but I drove an hour away to go to that voice teacher, you know? Like, we weren't competing for roles. They would have gone to her. But like, we would have just on a social level. And he goes, yeah, and that makes sense. Like, guys love her because it's like, we wanted more of that energy around. He was like, I loved girls like that in theater. I was like, I know. Believe me, I know. And yeah, so we kind of hit on why maybe I feel so strongly that I'm just like, stop it. Oh, you're annoying me. And it's like, oh, because there can only be one. And I don't like that there's this other musical theater girl on the scene.
Yeah.
And stop pretending that's not who you are.
I do want her to act some more because after watching the Elle prank calls, I was like, oh my God.
Her crying with Bowen.
And her convincing Jake truly that she was pregnant.
Did you see the Bowen one?
Yes. But I thought the Jake one was more impressive.
I thought the crying was really good for that. But
well, I just think it's pretty impressive to be so vocally not interested in men and then calling your friend Jake
and get them to believe that you're pregnant.
Exactly. And then Jake saying, the first thing Jake says is this an Elle prank phone call?
I know.
And like, Renee, I really wish it was.
No, it was. She's very funny. Like, I probably would really like hanging out with her if I could get past some of the other stuff, if she would just be real. And the way she was in the Zane Lowe interview was fabulous. Like, I honestly loved it. I was sad when it was over. A few takeaways I just want to pull out. So she talks a little bit about teamwork on Broadway, which I was like, oh my God, we feel the exact same way about this. And I loved it. Like, she was like, in a way, being on Broadway really trained me for this life. Like, she's like, this life is harder, but the idea that like, we don't care if you're on the floor throwing up, we've got 8 shows a week and it's really not going to look good if you don't show up. Like, it teaches you to just put your shit aside. You have to go out there. And it's also like, it's not just about
which our generation needs more of.
Yeah. She goes, it's much bigger than you. It's like, okay, well, if I go out there and I don't give 100%, somebody else is going to have to give 150%. And sometimes that's okay. If it's like, okay, my friend and I are scene partners and I just don't have it today and I need you to help me out here. But most times that's not okay. It's not your job. So like, you have to go give 100% so that everybody else can only give 100%. So they don't have to kill themselves to pick up what you're dropping. And I loved how she spoke about that. She was like, it's a team and you have to think of it as teamwork, which is really how I think about it. And then she was also like, I constantly tell myself now, like, I can't not show up. I don't have the luxury of just not showing up. Like, there are people who have 9 to 5s and they can't be like, I'm a little overwhelmed today, I'm just not going.
I
like,
love that take.
Yeah.
You know who needs to do a stint on Broadway then?
Who?
Miss Chapel.
Dude, there is no album.
Get her in 8 shows a week.
Oh my God. There is no album. There won't be there's no music.
Her on Call Her Daddy when she was like, sometimes I don't want to go to work.
I know. Well, like, you don't get to just not go to work.
Same, girl. I get it.
And like, yeah, I thought it was such a good take. I was like, she's like, I can't just like not show up.
Caroline has 3 kidney stones in her body and is going to work tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Hello. And I'm at work right now. She also was talking about how like last year at Coachella's when she like actually imploded, and she's like, I had a wardrobe malfunction. And she's like, I saw red. I was backstage screaming, crying, like freaked out. And she was like, but for me, it was like, if this feels like such a little thing to everybody else. Like the big thing is go on stage and sing this song. Like that's the big thing. But for me, I was like, the show doesn't happen if this little thing doesn't happen because I don't feel safe or comfortable. And she was like, and for me,
I'm sure a lot of that came from how she felt.
Exactly. With Mean Girls. Like she was like, I can't handle the little things. And like, so this wardrobe malfunction is one of those things for me where like, if I don't feel comfortable in my clothing, I can't do it. I can't do it. And she was like, and I can't handle the little things and I have to appear like I can. And so she was like, I realized during that time that I have to stop because I have to stop pretending that I can handle all these things because I have to be honest with myself so I can be honest with other people that I need help and like that I am acting like I can handle everything, but it is these little things that I can't handle. And then she says she has OCD.
Oh.
Did
she figure that out through that? I wonder.
I don't know if it was through that, but she said she's been doing all this therapy. She said she did ketamine therapy and that it was amazing for her OCD.
Okay, get her in Salt Lake.
All right. Okay, guess I'm trying ketamine. Just kidding, Mom. But she said it was like a moment of relief from the thoughts, like from the intrusive thoughts. Like
I'm
it's
sure
just like,
when you can name something, it makes a
like
big difference.
But she was like the ketamine. She was like, it was a moment where
Oh.
like I had quiet, and it was like I could actually focus on actual things I needed to deal with.
Maybe you should try it.
I know. And she was like, and before I couldn't deal with these things because of all the noise that was preventing me from getting to it. And she's like, and then I did that, and I was like, wait, maybe I like this too much. And she did say that. But yeah, overall, like, really liked the interview, and she said a lot of things and I was like, okay, so this is in you. This person is here. So why then do you just pick and choose when we get to see her? Because I really like her, and I really like this album, and I want to really like her. But that's it. Okay,
maybe
so
she's on the up and up now.
She's on the up and up for me. She hasn't needed to be for anybody else, but for me, she's now on the up and up. Yeah. All right. Do we have anything else here? I think we do have a couple more things. Oh, she's got Betty Davis eyes. Oh my God. Anthony and I listened to it just once so we could have exposure therapy. We had a drive-through breakfast date yesterday where he took me to the drive-through Starbucks and drive-through bagels and just
wait, have you guys been to Roots yet?
Yeah, really good.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Really good. You're going to love it.
I'm going to be so pissed.
No, you're going to
I did realize,
love it.
and I don't know why it took me so long to realize. I think it's because I just was like, it might have also been a money thing, but like I can walk to my kava.
You need fucking help. Oh my God. Oh my God. If I could walk to a kava, I would be so skinny. I'd be walking there and back 50 times a day. Anyway, okay. I was going to say some stuff about music, but like we don't really have to get into it. I just want to say that we did get Subway, which
I love
you love more than The Giver.
And Bobby said it perfectly. Bobby said it feels like Casual's older sister.
Ah, that is so good. That's so true. I feel like it's the perfect song to release right now. Like
I do
this time of year too, it just feels.
I think it's great. It feels very August.
I love it. Yeah.
It feels
and
like
I love
Taylor Swift August.
Yeah. But honestly, here's the deal. I love everything Chapel makes. Like,
yeah, it's all great.
Unfortunately, she doesn't have a flop. Like,
no, it's so good.
It's not unfortunate, but like,
I've liked every song that she makes.
I've never disliked a Chapel Roan song ever.
My only qualm with the song is I wish the bridge were a little bigger, but it's like what she said on Lost Culture, which is like we have demo fatigue.
Yeah,
like we have been listening to her playing it live for so long that we know we can hear the bridge how it's sung in that version. And it's kind of hard to retrain your brain.
Right.
Because I do really like it. It's just not as big as I was expecting it to be, but I don't think that that's bad.
No, I don't think. I think it's more listenable, you know, like, which is great. It's
and I loved the music
so
video.
Good.
Bring back music videos.
I know. And by the way, we should be getting our VMA noms any day now. And I mean, one of the best days of the year, besides, of course, tomorrow or today, if you're listening, guys, August 5th, Lost Culture Recess Culture Awards.
Could I be having a better night? The Valley reunion part 2. Followed by the Lost Culture Recess Culture Awards.
And by the way, tonight, if you want to get the party started early, Matt and Bowen on Watch What Happens Live. Obviously,
and
I'm saying this
Matt and Bowen are on. Matt's on JaNa and Friends. I don't know if he was just doing one day, but he was on it this morning. He might be doing the whole week, but Bowen is also going to be doing something this morning for them.
Oh my God.
In the morning.
Well, maybe, I hope they're not doing tomorrow because they have Watch What Happens tonight. They're going to be out late.
They're in New York.
I know, but they're just going to be
He can handle.
Late. I know he can. At least the show's not live. And then, of course, you can rewatch it the next day on Peacock with no commercials, and it might even be extended and have little moments in there. Oh my God, I can't. So excited. I did order a Publicist hat. I had to.
I was going to, but I wasn't obsessed with the font.
You are so annoying. I'm like, I want to support, so I'll just like do it anyway. Yeah.
I support them in a lot of ways.
That's so true. We are. I mean, we
Rogers'
are
biggest
publicists
fan.
at our core. We are publicists at our core. And there was something I needed to message Matt. Oh, never mind. I can't say it on the podcast.
There was something I needed.
No, I'm not kidding. There was. I was listening to Lost Culture Recess today, and he was talking about something, and he was like, "Readers, please message me if you've dealt with this." And I was like, "I will." And now I just remembered, but also I just
it's top
can't
secret.
Can't say it here. It's top secret. Yeah, it's top secret. Should we talk about the Valley reunion part 1?
This is gonna be a really hard watch.
Yeah, it's only gonna get worse from here.
I hate when someone gets to be smug, or thinks that they get to be. Actually, this is what I hate more than when
You could be referring to literally anybody on those couches.
What I hate more than someone getting to act smug is when someone thinks that they get to act smug.
Jax,
and they're coming
Janet,
off in one
Michelle,
sort of way.
Jesse,
Janet.
who are you? Okay.
It's Janet. Janet
also,
actually
Janet,
bothers
hey,
me.
on this couch, maybe you don't need to talk about using Adderall and Pilates to lose 70 pounds as like a workout, like as like a great thing. Like the people who in this room have struggled with Adderall addictions is crazy. Andy's face showed that he was like, okay, crazy thing to say. Like, I just was like, you're looking for your soundbite, and I don't like the idea that you're glorifying that as a weight loss
She's
tactic.
just sorry she's not likable enough to be on this show, but she needs to stay. That's why
she
works,
is the prime instigator right now, which is insane to say also because look at who we're surrounded by.
Unfortunately, Sheena's signed on fully for next
season. She has?
Yeah.
Oh, and unfortunately, I will be downloading Sheena's audiobook because we saw like 0.5 seconds of it on TikTok.
The fact that she's reading it is just like, okay,
well, and I'm like, I have to because we have to talk about it. I need to pull out quotes and make some of my ringback and ringtones. Of course.
But what Sheena thinks that she has the magic that Kristen Doty has.
Yeah.
And she just doesn't.
No.
Sheena, you worked in the beginning of Vanderpump because you were young and like it's two different Sheenas when I look at them. They're completely different, and this Sheena is unenjoyable to watch.
Sheena refuses to be rough around the edges, even though she is. You know what I mean? She's got so much about her that's rough around the edges, but the way that she wants all of this to be positioned, hence the name of her book being My Good Side. You know what I mean? Like the way that she positions Brock cheating on her even. Like any of these ugly things that build character, moments for her to like
that's why we love
have
Kristen.
A relatable moment or something. Exactly. Like we didn't get that. You never let yourself be a full villain, Sheena. You never let yourself like be in the trenches like that for us. So there's no way for us to celebrate you now. You know, like we had to hate Kristen for her to get the treatment she is getting now. And unfortunately, the way you've orchestrated this, you were never quite lovable enough on your own because it was always a little bit fucking fake and delusional. But Ariana went through something so horrible that it didn't matter. But then Sheena, how you acted during that made it harder to love you. Like, I just think all of her moves are wrong, and it's just really hard.
Which is why I'm just like, I'm not excited to have her back on my screen.
I mean, she does provide funny moments because she is so delusional that like it's
no, but I don't like it because here's actually, I guess, subconsciously why I don't want her on the scene on the next season. She's on the scene. She is a number for Janet, I think.
Okay, yeah. But like,
I can't handle that.
Would be epic to see her not be. Would be epic to see her turn on Janet.
Hey, Sheena,
and hey, Janet, with Janet's track record,
Sheena,
I see it happening.
If you want to win Phoebe Connell back over,
take Janet down.
Take it down.
Take Janet down. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
but here's my biggest issue with Jax from this reunion is, well, everything.
I have a few.
But one specific moment that and I watched the reunion twice because I was like, this is my favorite show on Bravo right now.
It's so good. I watched the reunion before we recorded just so I can make sure I had a few things fresh.
When Brittany says the thing about her sparkle and he goes, here we go with the fucking sparkle.
I'm sorry,
like,
I did kind of laugh at that moment because it was
funny.
I really sparkle.
I really wish that Jax had said, here we go with the fucking sporkle.
Sporkle. Here we go with the fucking sporkle. That would have been so funny. No, but I did it. She's like, you took away my sporkle. And he goes, here we go with the fucking sparkle. And it, like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help but laugh a little bit. It was so funny.
But
that's just how I talk about myself. Yeah, I know. I'm just sick. I'm just kind of sick of the sparkle. Also, did you see that he was wearing lifts?
Yes, like really noticeable.
Like really noticeable. He uses lift inserts, and I love that Andy pointed out they're all tall. You're over 6 feet, Jax. Why do you wear lifts?
Because it makes you look worse.
Oh my god.
She says something, and then she looks at Kristen, and she's like, I'm just like, I'm shaking. Like, I'm shaking. And he goes, you better be.
I know. Yeah. No, it was in the very beginning when they were talking about the divorce because he's purposely holding up the divorce because he thinks that she'll have to pay him alimony. I think that's what it is. And then he was like, well, no, not because of the show, because of the podcast. And he like had some like stupid little correction. And then she got really pissed off. And then that's when she goes, I'm shaking. And he goes, you should be. Excuse me? I hope that was edited in there. And he didn't actually say it. Why the fuck should she be shaking, Jax?
And also, when there are allegations about physicality in your relationship, don't say
you
shit
out of
like
your
that.
gourd? Are you fucking idiot? And I have to say, one of the most diabolical things I think I learned about Jax, not that I like didn't really know this, but to have it out there. And I think we moved past it really quickly, but it's a really, really dark truth, is that he doesn't wear condoms. And
no, really gross.
I'm sorry, but he's a sex addict. The amount of sex that he's had, and to think of the amount of sex he's had without condoms, so the amount of STDs that this man has probably had, some probably that are lifelong, like I can't even imagine, not to mention how horrible it is to say, yeah, I'm going to have sex with this woman and I'm going to tell her I don't wear condoms. So how many women have like, because they just wanted to have sex with you, agreed to not wear a condom and then ended up with like a life-changing STD or like had to get an abortion because of you? Brittany made a good point when she was like, at least I fucking wear condoms. You're counting my condoms. At least I wear them. And then they put him on the spot and asked him and he said that he does not wear them. I'm sorry. That to me is unforgivable. Not that anything he's ever done is forgivable.
No, but that's like biological warfare.
Exactly. I'm like, how could you do this? Like, I'm just thinking about, hey, ladies, I just want to say, if you're ever with a man and he tries to tell you that it feels better without a condom or he doesn't want to wear a condom, that's a deal breaker. Okay. He needs to respect you enough to protect you. And unless you're having exclusive sex and regular STD testing and you're on birth control, or unless you're trying to have a child, you should be wearing a condom. Just saying.
Crazy.
And any guy that would make you not do that or ask you not to do that does not respect you. Sorry.
He's so gross.
It's disgusting to me.
And he's a kid. Like, if you want us to feel any kind of sympathy for you or like want you to have this life where you can be a good dad to Cruz because you want us to believe that like you're a bad husband but a great father, like I don't believe you, because a great father wouldn't be throwing a table across the room at your kid's mom.
And like the way that he's still trying to deny stuff, Brittany's throwing out all these physical things that he's done to her,
like,
and he points out one of them, which she's like, you threw me in the rose bushes, and he goes, no, I didn't throw you in the rose bushes, and it's like, okay, well, first of all, yes, you did. Every
girl, but also every girl,
it's
including the ones
footage
that I hate, they're all like, we saw the footage.
We saw the footage, Jax. We saw the footage. But the fact that he was like, I was just like, and this whole list of things, why try to like. Even, let's say you didn't throw in the rose bushes. I know he did. But like, really, dude? You did all those other things. Well, I didn't do that. I didn't throw you in the rose bushes, but I did throw a table at you and my son.
Exactly.
Like, what?
Like, the rose bushes are kind of light work.
I know. Do you think that Michelle knew she and Aaron were on the rocks during this reunion filming?
She's holding the cards a little close to the chest.
She's hard to read.
I feel like, but
Andy,
I can't tell if it's just like, I can't tell.
Andy asked her if they're living together and she said, yes, it's amazing. But then when he asked if they're going to be engaged, she was like, we're not rushing it, but that's obviously the goal. So I don't know. It's really still a shame how much I just dislike Michelle, because Jesse infuriates me watching him at this reunion. I was just like, God, you are intolerable. I would hate to have to go through a divorce with you. But I really hope that at some point in one of these reunion parts, that we have Andy ask Brittany, what did you think about Michelle saying she deserves the same treatment? What she's going through is as bad, if not worse than what you're going through.
If that's not brought up, I'm going to be like, Andy, what the fuck are we paying
Why did we go easy on Michelle? I'm going to have to start submitting questions for reunions if that's the case.
Literally, I'm going to have to be one of those people on Twitter.
Yeah, right. I'm going to have to be, because I need that question to be asked.
Because it's so unfair.
Because I want to know, Brittany, what do you think of that? And like, Michelle, sitting here today, watching this whole conversation, watching Brittany list out all the things that Jax has done to her. Like, has Jesse laid a hand on you? You haven't brought it to light. I hope to God he hasn't. But like the addiction issues, the not paying the mortgage, the physical issues, what he's done to Cruz being nonverbal, like all of these things that he has created. You know what I mean? Like,
I just don't understand.
I don't know how.
And also you're looking at one of your best friends and saying like our situations are the same.
Brittany, who's having your back on this stage.
I feel like if one of my best friends was looking and we were in these positions and I was Brittany and one of my best friends was, there was just like the inability to recognize how bad what Brittany's going through is. Like, I'd be like, how can everything about her? How can the friendship really be that deep?
No, it can't be.
If you're looking at my friends rallying around me as this, like, well, why didn't that happen to me?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean?
Okay, well, do you want to live one life as one day as Brittany Cartwright, and then you'll be begging to be Michelle again, okay? You'll be begging to be dealing with Jesse again. I promise. I love seeing Kristen and Nia and their baby journeys together. I loved how Kristen started the entire reunion with an apology, to Janet. Holy fuck. Janet was so dumbfounded. I was like, okay, Janet, and I'll just say I'm sorry too. But instead, she just said, thank you for the apology. If she can't, she's not sorry for anything. But she did say, thank God that she thought Kristen will be a great mother. Can you imagine if she had been like, no?
I was so worried about
I was like waiting for, when Andy asked that, I was waiting for her to be like, well, I mean, I don't know if a great mother would threaten to knock somebody out. Like, you know, if Kristen hadn't apologized for that, that would have been Janet's answer to that. For sure.
I
do also need to say something about Danny. He bothered me.
I know. He does annoy me a little bit.
He annoys me.
What annoyed you in this reunion?
A couple things. So the first thing that annoyed me,
because it's been a couple of days since I watched.
Okay, so one thing that annoyed me was him saying that Nia leg locked him, and that's
I
why.
thought that was weird.
Hey, don't joke about that because that's
cool.
sexual assault. Nia didn't leg lock you. You agreed to it.
And also, I feel like he wanted the kids.
Yeah,
too.
that's the kind of thing that I would be like. Well, also, you got the house in Santa Clarita. She got the kid. That was sort of like the deal. But I didn't like that he even joked about that.
He especially gives like really like straight couple humor.
Yes,
like traditional like straight guy humor like that, like
very
the ball
much.
And chain.
Yes,
like
yes.
I don't want any more kids. She just like like that kind of stuff.
There was another. I can't remember what the other thing was, but he said something else, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like, shut up. I don't know what it was, but the leg locking, I don't like that. But I still don't think he's a sexual assaulter and a monster, as Janet would have us believe.
Me either. At all.
Well, I'm really excited for the next parts, but as you said, I am scared
I'm
like,
like,
be a
Danny,
tough watch.
why did you say that? When there are rumors of you being
I know. Why did you fucking say that?
A deviant. Jesus.
Really bizarre. All right, should we briefly touch on Big Brother?
Yeah.
Dude. Okay, the house is going to be in flames by the end of the week. You heard it here first.
Oh my God.
So in case you missed it, we had our HOH competition last week.
Spoilers, if you guys are casuals and you watch like Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to talk about it. We already know who's the the veto and everything like that.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about it because you've been watching feeds, but you can fast forward to our rotations, which will be after this. But we had our HOH competition. First thing I want to say, Keanu, what has gotten into you? We make teams during the HOH, and the first thing he does when he gets to choose people not to play are the 4 people of color in the house besides him.
Oh, I didn't even clock that. I
thought it was think about it.
I thought it was bad gameplay generally.
It was bad gameplay, but it was also
because now it's like everybody
boom, boom.
Well, I was just like, well, now everybody knows immediately who your targets are.
You know who
win.
Well, yes, but you know who said it? Felicia from last season.
Oh.
She was like, what? I clocked that real fucking fast. And it is true. I was
fascinating.
Like, how quickly he got them out of there, I thought was bonkers. And that's why I fucking loved Rachel's next move. And these are lessons we can learn from her. I don't give a fuck. I already hate you, Keanu. You already know we're never going to work together. I don't care if you don't like me.
Like, as she'll remind you, she's a legend.
The legend gets to choose. I am like, oh my God. She runs up to Keanu, grabs him physically, and she's like, I'm on Keanu's team. He's like, Rachel, I haven't chosen my team yet. She's like, I get to choose. I'm the legend. I get to choose. I'm on his team. Sorry, you need to go sit down. And she just did not fucking move. She was like, I am not moving. And I thought it was genius. I was like, at what point would I have been like, okay, fine. No, she literally was like, I'm not moving. You will have to physically remove me from here if you don't want me on your team. And it guaranteed that either she would be in power or she could guarantee that he was not. And it was genius.
So interesting because in the beginning when she was brought into the house, you were talking about it like, how is this going to play? And it is proof that like she is at the end of the day, if you got in her good graces early,
she's protecting you.
She is a good ally.
Absolutely. And she makes a really great point when she says, I'm never going to win. You know, she's going to make it to final 2 if she makes it anywhere. And at that point, no one is going to give her the second win unless they're all like obsessed with her and they're like, it would make history. We want her to. But I think it would be very hard for her to win again. Like, let's say her final 2 was her and Ava. There's no way Ava's not winning, you know? So I do think that it would be really good to get alive with her.
Do you think Ava could win
America's Favorite House Guest? Yes. I don't know who else would at this point.
I love her. I think she's so funny.
I know. I tell you who I'm sick of. So Riley ends up winning the HOH. couldn't have been more annoying. Hey, this is a CBS show. Drop the F-bombs constantly. Oh my God, did you notice this? I was like, have some class.
I think feeds like kind of desensitize me
I know
a
they
little
do.
bit,
But then when you watch it and they bleep it out on the show, I'm like, whoa.
Well, I was just like immediately aggressive, like out the gate.
Absolutely so aggressive. Yes.
And it got worse. And I'm like, okay, well now you're
aggressive
like,
man.
I don't understand how we'll get to what happened in a second, but like going on the aggression.
Yeah.
When you're now put back into a place of vulnerability, and you know you can be made a target, which I do think is a flaw of this power.
I do too, but I am relieved that it.
Me too.
You know, we'll talk about it.
But it's like, why are you so concerned? Why are you not immediately concerned with now becoming a target?
Right. So Mickey has had this power for a few weeks now that she can take over anyone's HOH. So she pulls her power because she knew if she didn't, she was going to be on the block for Riley's HOH. So she pulls it, and the deal is the current HOH, who's Riley, gets to interrogate every single house member for 3 minutes each. And if he can guess who used the power by the end of the interrogations, then he gets his HOH title back, no harm, no foul. If he cannot guess, the person who used the power now gets to be HOH, and Riley is not safe from elimination. So that's where we think there's a flaw, because we're kind of like, I mean, that sucks. Like, he should be safe from elimination, but we fucking hate Riley. So we're like, good with that. It's fine. But he said, you know, if you tell me that you have this power, if you just are honest with me, I promise you safety. I will not put you on the block. And obviously Mickey didn't fucking believe him. I wouldn't have believed him either. And after he finds out that she was the person who used the power and he didn't guess it correctly, he guessed Ashley, which I want to talk about when Phoebe's back from the bathroom. He flips out. He's like, you fucking lied to my face, Mickey. I mean, he loses it on her. It's actually genuinely scary. I'm like, if I'm Mickey, I am actually sleeping with one eye open. It was frightening. But one thing that I did want to talk to you, Phoebe, about is like, how the hell is Ashley a lawyer? She couldn't keep a straight face in that room?
I saw on Twitter that she's playing it dumb.
Do you think so? Because I was like, I mean, it helps out Mickey. So that was one thing. But didn't Mickey ask Rachel, like, can you pretend?
I don't know. I mean, I think
you're
it's
the
kind of a
actress.
gameplay thing. And I think that the smiling, I think that it, like, if they already think she's kind of airheaded,
true.
then, like, Riley would be like, obviously it's her.
Right. Well, also, he asked her, and she was like, no. She couldn't stop laughing and smiling. And he's like, I'm going to ask you again, Ashley. Who used the power?
He was scary.
Like,
and actually
scary.
he's been scary. And this is like him being like scary in like a gameplay way, but he's also being actually scary to Catherine. And I don't like Catherine at all.
I don't like her at all, especially now that I know she's into it. I'm like, that makes me question everything about you.
I'm hooked on you, Catherine.
He goes, I will literally do whatever it takes to be
I don't want to be on dating apps. I just want you.
I'll forfeit everything for you, Catherine. I'm falling in love with you, Catherine. He's so fucking creepy. And I was watching feeds last night, and this killed me. Kelly, it was her birthday, so they got an alcohol delivery last night. She's a little tipsy. She like runs over to Catherine and Riley. They won't speak to her or look at her. She sits down. She's like, I love being acknowledged. And Catherine continues to look down at the floor. Will not acknowledge Kelly. Won't look at her. Nothing.
Wait, but why are they mad
she
at
gets
Kelly?
up. I don't know.
Am I stupid?
And she gets up and leaves. I don't know. I do not know.
Did you see Will's little White Claw dance?
No. Oh my God.
He's looking at the
yes,
cameras.
I did.
Everybody's and he's like doing, and he goes, brought to you by White Claw.
I can't wait for him to get his brand deal as soon as he gets out of that house.
That he is like, he's comfortable enough, and he's off the block finally. He knows he's safe for another week, and he's an older player with all these young people, and like he's just like having fun.
I love it.
Imagine
It's
his chocolate drop watching it.
No,
and his lemon drop.
Oh, well, of course the lemon drop. No, I love him. I felt really bad for Adrienne being eliminated. I honestly could not believe they did that.
I couldn't either, but I also am like, you guys are going crazy.
I was like, you guys are okay. Respect. You guys are playing the game.
And you saw in last night's episode the conversation Ava had with them to get them to
I couldn't believe it.
wow.
couldn't.
She's good.
I love the gameplay. Oh, isn't it just so fascinating to watch?
But here's my issue with Catherine.
Okay.
Just one more and we can move on then. Unless you have more to say.
No,
She has this like holier than thou kind of vibe. And like her, when they're all waiting for the interrogations and she is like, no, I just want to know, like, why are you smiling?
Is this fun for you? This is hilarious and fun to you that his dreams are being crushed?
I'm like,
I care about him.
At the end of the day, this is a game.
It's literally fucking that's what I want.
And they say, like, when he had that reaction, and so, it was almost like the people in the house were a little scared because they immediately
like,
it's just a game. It's just a game. It's just a game. It's just a game. Like, they were saying, like, trying to calm him down. I was like, are you going to punch someone?
You know what it reminded me of immediately? It took me back to when I was, like, in elementary school or middle school, and I'm in gym class with a bunch of boys who are working through their hormones and they're super dysregulated, and they would lose a game or something. And I remember seeing certain boys who would get so mad that they physically couldn't control how mad they were. Their faces are red. They're like, ah! Like, and it would be, like, a normal kid who was normal. It was like,
there was a kid like that in my grade.
Fucking God.
He had like an 8 for, like, they would have to take him out.
Yeah, like,
he was so angry.
Really intense anger. And that's what watching Riley made me think of. And I was like, as Catherine, how does this not scare you?
Especially
because if he can feel this much intense feeling towards you, who is to say one wrong move, that doesn't change to anger towards you?
And she is self-described as a raging feminist.
Okay, well.
Like, well, you are a pick-me as hell in this house.
Then why are you attaching yourself to this man who guaranteed would have voted a woman out this week? I saw when he got named HOH, people were like, and with that, guaranteed a woman will be leaving the house tonight. a woman will be leaving the house this week. Like, that's what I know. And it's like, yeah, it just isn't going to be Catherine, so she doesn't care. So hey, that doesn't make you a raging feminist.
Though. It's a crazy power.
Crazy power. Crazy. And thank God she played it, because Mickey, I do fear you would have been out this week if you hadn't. But Riley has to go home this week. If Riley does not go home this week, Mickey, goodbye. And he's going scorched earth next week. Like, I'm actually scared for what happens.
And I don't want to watch him and
Catherine anymore. I feel like she's in danger. Like, she needs as much separation from him as possible.
Like, I truly feel like uncomfortable watching.
There was like a feeds moment where they're under a blanket together and he starts rubbing her and she gets up and leaves. And I'm just like, okay, please note this, production, camera crew.
At what point does production say, Riley, you got to give it a rest?
It's too much. But the thing is, she likes him and she's now said this.
Which I don't believe.
I don't get it. But she told Rachel, she's like, I really like him. I really care about him. Okay. Whatever that means. But yeah, so it's just really troubling. He needs to go out. We didn't say who the veto was, but it's Jimmy. So Jimmy is up. It's Jimmy, Riley, and Kelly on the block. A lot of people believe Kelly will take herself off with blockbusters. I would love to see her not this week. I think it'd be so fucking funny.
I just want her to know that, like, girl, you're not really a comp piece.
You're not really a comp piece. And they haven't been physical comps, you know? Like,
this was the first one, really, that I feel like was physical. How do you think you would do on that challenge?
Which one? The balance one?
The balance.
Great. That is a challenge I've always thought I would do really well on. I would need to practice a bit, but I have really good balance with my dance stuff. And like when we used to have a balance beam, I remember I could like run on the ground normal and then run on the balance beam and then keep running off. And like I would always test myself to see if I could do it. So I do have pretty good balance. I would need to get back on the beams. Like I was like, okay, add this to my list of things I would need to like add to my training regimen, like balancing, running around on like thin beams. But that is one thing I think I'd be great at. The memory ones, obviously. But I was like, I don't know if I would have been good at that, where they had to find the differences in the rooms.
Well, as Leah from last season tweeted, she doesn't think that this is what happened because of how thorough production is with how they explain the games. But she did acknowledge, she was like, if Will thought, like, Will could have really misunderstood potentially.
Yeah.
Because he did double, like, he counted each object as a difference rather than a pair.
It's a really good lesson that I learned in 5th grade, the attention to detail and reading directions. Because you all know, famously, I failed this math test in 5th grade because it was fractions. And there was, like, a black box as a numerator, and then it had the denominator, and you had to write what the numerator was on the line, like on the line next to it, you know, not in the fraction. So I just was like, I'm just going to write the finished fraction there. So I wrote the finished fraction on every single space for the answer instead of just the numerator. And my bitch ass teacher marked every single one wrong.
This happened to me in 8th grade.
I got worse in 8th grade.
Not with fractions. Okay.
I got a 12%. And I had to take it home to get signed by mom and dad. And all my answers
Guys,
were right.
by the way, guys, she's in 5th grade.
5th grade. All my answers were right. I didn't just put the numerator. And mom and dad went in to my teacher and they were like, this is the same teacher that dumped a bucket of cicada shells on a kid, by the way. They went into her and they were like, so can you explain why she got a 12%? The answers are right. She goes, I'm trying to teach them how to read directions. So,
I mean,
and dad
fair.
said, well, Goose, you didn't read the directions well enough.
Well,
I was like,
it was my periodic table test, and this was when I started writing in all caps. Well, no, I guess I started doing that in 6th grade. But anyway, I wrote in all caps, and so I did like the elements, but I did like a little letter next to it of like how I would write everything, and he didn't give me any points.
Did you?
He
explain?
let me retake it for like 50%.
Yeah, and it is like, I mean, it's crazy, but I guess true. If you were working in the chem lab and you gave someone a paper and it had the wrong element on there, who knows? You could start a freaking fire. Or worse.
Well, they were all the right elements.
Or it can make meth. Yeah, but if they misread it because they thought it was 2 capital letters and that's a different element, you know what I mean? I guess I can see where in a professional world it would matter. On a test in 8th grade, I don't know.
Yeah, when you're 14, like I think
that's how I
it's
feel with the
okay.
fractions. I'm like, okay, but you knew what I meant, bitch. You knew what I fucking meant, bitch. Like, so that is a good lesson in that. Like, but that is good to know because I always wonder, this can't be the only time they hear the directions. Like, they must be given a chance to ask questions, you know?
Leah said that it was like, it's pretty, and you have like time to ask questions and like all that stuff.
Okay, that makes me feel so much better because sometimes when I'm watching the games, I'm like, okay, listen, like really, and I'm like, oh,
I know. Kelly and I were watching it with Caroline, and we were like talking through the instructions because me and Kelly aren't planning on going on Big Brother, and Caroline goes, guys, stop.
I needed to hear it, so I knew how to play.
I'm trying to listen.
I just want to know how to play, but then I was like pissed because I was like, well, I can't look. But if I were in the room, I'd be like, how fine details are we talking? You know, I'd be looking at every book on the shelves. I'd be looking like,
I don't think I would have been very good at that challenge because I would have been overwhelmed with the size of the room.
I think so too. Anyway, okay. Rotations?
Yep.
You're first, right? Because you're allowing me to do Nightmare this week.
Yeah, it's just the week of Phoebe being a good sister.
It is. It really is. You know what? If I was doing Dream, you'd be on it.
Oh,
but I'm not.
First is Michelle Obama. I found out that she is a big Bravo head.
Obsessed with that.
Like she, Bowen
as
and
if
Matt
I didn't know she was everything.
They were just on her podcast she has with her brother, and she's even watching Next Gen.
Obsessed and okay,
like, so she's like in it.
Did you say you're like not excited about Next Gen LA?
I think I had a misunderstanding of that tweet.
I think you did too because I was like, I think this is great news.
I thought they were getting added to this cast.
No, we're gonna have another Next Gen.
Okay. I'm more sold on that. I'm kind of over the Richards.
Yeah, well, I'm
unsure about that. You. But well, I am excited about Nia. I love Nia, obviously.
And I
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh represent. I like the because a lot of the drama and the feuding that happens with these older women, I just can't relate to it as much. You know what I mean? Like, just because I obviously can't relate to pretty much anything with these people, but the like finances and stuff, I'm like, ugh, boring. You know what I mean? Like, but if we're talking about like, I don't know, Riley dropping her phone in the water, like I love to watch that. You know what I mean? Or like everyone's being rude about Giudice. Like I like to watch that. You know?
Next Gen is so good.
It's so good.
And guys, I'm still not over that dinner where they all got mad at Riley and then acted like she was ridiculous.
I thought it was horrible. I really did.
By the way, Riley was proven right.
She sure was. It was
a bad idea. So Michelle Obama, I just love when we get those humanizing moments.
Yes. Whoa. Who knows? Probably a delivery.
And then next is Meg Stalter. She just did an interview with Jake. It's like 30 minutes long. And she is fully like in a bit the whole time of like being an actor. Like she is like a caricature of an actress in like an interview.
I love her doing this. When
so
she
she's
went
been
on
doing these like no, but it's even more hyper specific than that. And Jake, I was worried Jake wasn't going to be able to
handle
like
it,
necessarily match it the way that I would want him to, but he killed
Nailed
it.
At
one point,
okay,
at one point, he's like, you know, I was just talking to Claire Danes, and Meg Stalter goes, and what did she have to say? And he's like, she said some things about you. And then they go into this whole thing about how Meg Stalter has had an affair with Claire Danes.
Oh, I love that.
But she's
That's
like doing like
brilliant.
all those laughter, like the laughing
Yes.
that they do. And then also at one point she goes, it's the kids are in the car. It's my my day with the kids for the year. And she like says it in a way where it's like, it's very nonchalant that it's just for the year, but it's like my day with the kids this year. And he's like, how old are your kids? And she goes, don't ask me that. And then he goes, well, it's just like, I heard a rumor that you were born premature.
Oh
And
my
she gets
God.
up, she gets up
She
from the
gets up and
couch and
leaves?
she goes, you know, you really shouldn't tell people like when they're born. Well, you shouldn't tell people when other people are born. Like, she keeps like going and going.
Oh my God, I
But you
can't
should
wait
wait
to listen.
It's only like 30
Or
minutes.
watch.
It's for watch it.
Okay.
And then last is, I just wrote this down. Oh, JaNa, just because she deserves it.
Love it. Well, first up on my nightmare rotation, my kidney stones. Yeah, I'm just putting, there's only one on the move right now, so I'll save room for the other two when they eventually decide to drop. When my balls drop.
Ew.
I literally hate my life, and I'm in pain right now as we're wrapping this up. It's time to re-up the meds. So that's the first thing. Next up on my nightmare rotation is Kenny Rodriguez. Obviously. Goodbye.
Can I guess your last one?
Sure.
Riley.
Oh my God. I thought for me, you meant Riley Burris. I was like, how dare you? Of course not. Yes, Riley on Big Brother. Oh my God. And you're not cute. And you look like a snake. And you look and you act like a snake. You don't act like a snake. You're not graceful enough and not slithering. That was me slipping into my Meg Stalter for a minute. Honestly, that's what that was.
Like she just does it so masterfully. The way that she like
she's
stutters.
No, it's brilliant. That was my question. Do you think, was it Seth Meyers she went on?
Well,
you
she did
think
go. I think
he
she did
got
Seth
it?
Meyers, but
Or was
Stephen
it Colbert?
Colbert is who you're
Yeah, yeah.
referencing.
Do you think he got
no,
it?
I don't think he did.
And the
guys,
fact that she bravely continued on.
Hey guys,
okay,
starting the
metal.
starting the rumor that Meg Stalter got the Stephen Colbert show canceled.
Okay, now the podcast is going viral again. Yes. All right, guys.
Meg,
by the way, that's
Meg,
your
come on.
responsibility.
Meg, come on and prove us wrong.
That's your responsibility to get us viral. By the way, Road Warriors. It's not on me. It's on you. All right, guys. Oh, well, it felt good to yap again. This is the most I've spoken in a week, and that's hard for me. So it felt great. Thank you so much for listening. If you want more of our We Were Liars talk, you got to go listen to our Patreon episode from last month for honorary Connell sisters, or you can buy just the episode if you want that, but that is on Patreon. This month you're going to get, honestly, we should probably just really cover the LCCAs on our Patreon for our podcast this month. So first tier, that'll probably be primarily the focus, but just other little pop culture bits and bobs that didn't fit in. And then next week we'll do a punch bowl, and the following week we are gonna do a pilot recap, and odds are looking like it's younger. I don't know. Let us know what you guys would think. Could be something else, but is that on the list? Of course.
Well, Degrassi could be good for this month.
That's what I was thinking. Back to school vibes. And I still want to do Freaks and Geeks for like Halloween time. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Please go leave us a 5-star review. Tell everyone you know about us, and we will see you next week. And thank you so much, by the way, for all of the kidney stone love and well wishes. I was honestly overwhelmed. I was pretty much on drugs, so I don't think I responded to many, but I really felt the love and appreciate you guys and love you. And hopefully next time you hear from me, I'll be stone free. I'll be stone cold sober from the stones. All right, and splat.
And splat.
Love you. Say it back.
Love you.
I mean, it was forced, but